Joining me with their insightful and humorous commentary are just some of the cool kids from the Debate Flutter for More Discord server. Good evening, everyone.
You can't have Earth be flat and make sense.
I'm here for that Vlad stuff. I gotta hear this.
Oh, yes. Right, where are we up to? Let's play a video, shall we? In our first clip, a lady needs a Wi-Fi password. Thankfully, a helpful member of staff is on hand to assist.
Hey, can I get the Wi-Fi password, please?
You have to buy shawarma first.
Alright, can I get a chicken shawarma?
That's one chicken shawarma. Here you go, my friend, one chicken shawarma.
And now can I get that password?
You have to buy shawarma first.
I literally just bought one.
That's the password.
Well, I thought that was funny.
It is. One was delicious.
I just like that. That was cool. Anyway, what's next? Last Friday was, of course, Halloween, when kids across the USA don their costumes and emulate witches, ghosts, and even more vile, demonic, evil entities. For instance,
Fortnite Battle Pass, and I really like it. Also,
stop filming the president!
I hit with the kids because I say 6'7".
Do you have a pass to film the president?
Get this guy out of here! I don't
Get out of here!
know.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out!
Oh, Donald Trump! Donald Trump!
Ah, mini Trumps there. Can everyone hear me?
Love it. That's disgusting.
They telling people to vote for Trump again? When can they vote for him again?
My buttons are doing something weird.
I'm sure Trump will make it happen.
I've got one button on my Stream Deck that is flashing red. And that is just blank red button flashing. What does that mean? Somebody Google it. Stream Deck.
Stream up.
What was it?
Anyway, let's ignore it because it doesn't seem to have hampered operations so far. Next, a short but international compilation of stupid racists, starting with this idiot reform councillor from Scotland.
And this ex-Labour politician who quit amid claims of racism now represents reform.
Sharia law, for instance, they're trying to bring that here. That's not something we celebrate.
Who's bringing that here?
The asylum seekers, some of the asylum seekers, the legal migrants.
They're trying to bring Sharia law?
Yes.
Where's that at?
Well, do you not have conversations in the street?
So the asylum seekers are trying to bring Sharia law to the streets of Glasgow?
Absolutely. You just have to take a walk through Glasgow city centre any given day. And I think probably the line of questioning that you have, if you're so shocked by this, you'd be even more shocked at what you find.
I'm just asking genuine questions because, you know, if councillors and elected officials are going to make those statements, surely it needs to be corroborated and substantiated.
There is stacks of evidence online.
Police say Sharia law is not being enforced. But language, once on the margins, is edging into the mainstream.
My name is Naomi Zeibt, and I am the first European to seek asylum in the United States of America under President Trump's new proposal for a refugee mandate, because I am facing persecution in my home country, Germany, for my political views, for my support for the AfD party, the only opposition party in Germany, and most importantly, for my advocacy for free speech. I have become the target of severe government and intelligence surveillance and harassment. My communications have been intercepted, and my family has been stalked by reporters for the state media for whom we pay taxes. And I continue to receive death threats from Antifa. When I asked the police for help in the past about these death threats, they did not offer me help because physical harm had not occurred yet. President Trump has correctly identified Antifa as a terrorist organization. But meanwhile, the German government silently condoned these attacks on their own citizens, as if they are soldiers for their agenda. This year, I helped arrange the viral X live conversation between Elon Musk and AfD leader Alice Weidel, which I'm sure many of you have seen, as it drew international media coverage. While Europe is becoming a breeding ground for tyranny, America still treats the right to free speech as sacred, and thank God for that. In Germany, it is illegal under paragraph 188, which was extended under former Chancellor Angela Merkel, to insult or damage the reputation of a politician. I will not apologize for violating their legal special protection because in a democracy, politicians must tolerate criticism. The reason why the German government and intelligence gained an interest in me is because I was the very first young English-speaking influencer to openly align with the AfD party, right-of-center political views, and most importantly, I supported President Trump since he came down the golden escalator in 2015 and announced that he was running for president. Trump's election victory was the crack in the matrix that terrified globalist tyrants. And now I am the bridge between Germany and the MAGA movement, which the European Union desperately wants to burn. You may remember me from 2020 when I appeared on Fox and on the front page of the Washington Post and became internationally recognized as the anti-Greta Thunberg, a climate skeptic. Now I am a representative for Deutschlandkurier, Germany's leading alternative media outlet, whose editor-in-chief David Bendels received a 7-month probation sentence earlier this year because he posted a meme mocking the Interior Minister's hatred of free speech. Quite ironic if you ask me. This is why I started working with them, because I stand in solidarity with his admirable courage. I am publicly sharing my asylum request now, as President Trump has announced new refugee priorities, including Europeans who have been targeted for their peaceful expression of views online, such as opposition to mass migration and support for populist parties, according to the New York Times. But if you think I ran away cowardly and abandoned my homeland, you would be mistaken. This is only the beginning. I am seeking protection under the United States government to expose the truth about the tyranny of Germany and the European Union, who have made the MAGA administration their enemies. And I encourage everybody in Europe to stand up for what MAGA represents and turn it into MEGA. Let's fight, fight, fight.
I mean, you're clearly seeing a massive increase in the number of attacks in Italy and broadly in Europe. And the media, the legacy media, downplays these attacks. But the attacks, the terrorism, the killing of innocent people is rising. Every week there's more. And it's more and more. And eventually, I think we're going to see widespread slaughter in Europe. That is the trend. If you simply extrapolate the trend of what is the rate at which the terrorist attacks are occurring in Europe, and put those points, it's basically deadly attacks versus time on a graph, and extrapolate that graph, it leads to the slaughter of Europe.
What a fucking idiot.
Were those first people speaking English? Were those first people speaking English?
Yeah, Scottish English. She was.
Wow.
It was about Sharia law that she reckoned asylum seekers were bringing. And then the second one, of course, the German woman who's seeking asylum in the USA. That's an interesting one, don't you think? I thought she was very full of herself, wasn't she? And she doesn't seem to have realised that her unique selling point is that she's in Europe. If she goes and lives in the USA, she'll just be another person commentating on Europe from America, of which there are many these days.
Yes.
I found it rather funny that she called herself the anti-Greta Thunberg, whereas I've actually heard of Greta, and I've never heard of this person.
Right, I'd never heard of her either.
Yeah.
Okay, across the UK, the Raise the Colours flag shagging campaign seems to be running out of steam a little, but it is still achieving its goal of generating videos of people removing the flags so that the flag shaggers can pretend to be victims of people who hate our flag and hate our country. Because, of course, it's all about unity. Take a look. Oh, shit. There it is.
Yeah. Right.
And like, I feel like recently I've been walking down the street, going to work, whatever. It's like, oi blackie, oi this, oi that. Then this flag stuff, I'm confused about it.
No, it's got nothing to do with blacks, mate. What we're doing, yeah, is we're going around putting the British flag up because we're supporting our flag.
Yeah.
We like our flag, yeah. If you go to any other country, no, listen, go to Spain, yeah, they put Spanish flags up, yeah. Bruv, listen, I'm telling you now, do not go around taking our fucking flags down, yeah. I'm telling you now, that's the last flag you're taking down, bruv, on my fucking life, yeah.
Alright, cool, that's no problem.
Yeah, snap that thing off.
That's no problem.
Snap that fucking thing off. No, snap it off or I'll do it. Snap the fucking thing off or I'll get off this bike now and I'll do it, bruv. They're our fucking flags. Snap the cunting off, bruv. No, fuck that. Snap it off, bruv. Bruv, I swear down, do not let me catch you taking another fucking flag down on this road, I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Do not take that fucking flag down. Do not take down any other flags on this road, bruv. Bruv, it's not being used for anything. It's fucking Britain, mate. If I want a flag, if I want to put a British flag up, I'll put a British flag up. Don't fucking tell me I can't put a flag up in my own country, mate. No, it's not used as a symbol of hate. It's used because it's fucking Great Britain, bruv. It's got nothing to do with anyone else. Listen, this is not a racist thing. This is, well, exactly, so what are you doing cutting it down, man? No one... Bruv, listen, this is what you're getting brainwashed into. See all these lefties calling us racist, yeah? That is a load of bollocks, bruv. We haven't said one thing about black... You're saying that flag's racist? Yes, you are. No, it ain't, bruv. No, it fucking isn't. No, it isn't. Listen. Go on. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Well, then if you're intimidated from it, then you shouldn't fucking be here. This is Britain, mate. It's our fucking country, and it's our fucking flag. I'm telling you now, mate, if there's one more flag that's taken down, there's going to be 20 boys here in about 5 minutes.
How is it racist? Because it's about making... What, because they're coming over, yeah, and getting 3 hotels, actually, 3 phones. Coming over. My mum's an immigrant, so I'm... Your mum's an immigrant, so you're putting that flag down. Get recorded?
I got it all, boys. I got it all. Hey! Hey!
Hey, we all moving back, man. I'll call you back. I can't
you? Because I don't want you touching me, you stink when I look at you. Move. Oh, gosh, I'll bang it. You're pulling all the flags down. Oi, come on, help me, lad. Come on. Not that, look. Hey, what did you do? You know what? You can have pulling all the flags down, you idiot. All the flags down. Full cock, you big
Give me my flags back. You security, can I see your badges? Where's your badges? Come on, where's your IS? Where's your badges? Where's your badge, my mate? Where's your badge? Security, where's your badge? Where's your... Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. Well, go on, do your thing. Give me my property back.
Are you proud?
No, of course they're not. Of course they're not. Do you know, it is a fucking disgrace. Come with me, you. Absolutely scared. Can I have my property back, please? Get in touch with council. Look at yous in your brand new fucking vans. Give me my property back, please.
Get in touch with council about
No. No.
So that's the UK flag shaggers doing their thing. Any thoughts, anyone? Probably not.
They need to have guns so they can defend themselves and their flags.
Well, it's
Yeah,
so
it's becoming
stupid.
more and more
Go ahead, Nasser.
becoming more and more American every day, aren't you?
Yeah, it is like that, isn't it? I mean, the first guy said, we're supporting our flag. What's supporting our flag? What's that? That's not a thing. We've got the flag. That's the flag. You don't need to support it. It's not going to become more the flag, is it? It's the
maybe
flag.
he's just holding it off the ground.
Just nutty, isn't it? They're just mental, these people. And they
Yeah,
they go, it's not racist. And you heard the second guy straight away. It's this first response. They're coming over here, getting free mobile phones. You know, it is racism. It's absolutely about racism.
100%. I mean, if it was... Only time I've ever seen a flag like that matter is usually when it's in comparison to like another one, say like, you know, the World Cup or anything, you know, and people carry
Right.
their flags, they go to games. Other than that, you really don't need to support your flag, as he
Right.
put it. It's just an odd thing to say.
And I want to talk to someone from Spain, because I keep hearing about how everyone in Spain has a flag out all the time. But I've never noticed this when I was in Spain, and I've been loads of times.
Yeah. World Cup's about it, you know. Other than
Yeah,
that,
royal wedding, you know, they do it for that.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I didn't
wedding
realize
is-
that they meant so
Didn't you
much
guys
to
go
people.
nuts? Didn't you guys go nuts for like the Queen's 50th Jubilee too?
Yeah.
Well, the one we
royal-
really went nuts for, I think, was the Silver Jubilee, which was the
75th.
25th
Yeah.
in 1977. After that, you know, you'd got, you know, the whole Charles and Di thing, and you know what I mean. Royalty went out of favour a little bit, so the subsequent jubilees, I think, were less well supported. And of course, it's a different world now, isn't it? Whereas in 1977, you know, it was a whole
Yeah.
other thing. Everybody was into it, and there were loads of events, and it just took over everything at the time. It was massive.
Well, it seems like a whole bunch of European conservatives want to be Mr. Trump's lackeys. So
Yeah.
I think they're just taking over American tactics now.
Right.
Just as you call flag shagging is a very American thing. We do it all the
Right.
time.
It is, as you say, it's all sort of becoming the same, isn't it? It's because of Twitter, and you know, they're all consuming the same content, right? You know, because they're all on Twitter, where you can be a racist.
Yeah, and the more you engage with it, the more it feeds you.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Okay, you may remember, probably you guys don't. This is a bit of a British bit, I'm afraid, but this is the last British clip. You may remember last year a video of Tommy Robinson's right-hand man, Danny Tomo, sitting in his car, because the mad ones always do it in their car, inciting people to riot after the Southport stabbing attack. Well, the fucking idiot is at it again. Take a look.
The government, the establishment, all across the West, they're losing control of the situation. They go outside, onto the streets, and there's flags on every lamppost. Outside every migrant hotel across the country, there's organic local protests. Everything is being turned upside down. The establishment is losing control of the situation. And it just takes another Lee Rigby style terror attack, or another Southport, or another Manchester Arena, and this country is going to explode. I'm sure everyone will agree with this. I'm not saying anything original or anything new. Everyone will agree with this. Only a few days ago, the entire country erupted in fury because an Englishman, was out there in West London, walking his dog, stabbed to death by an Islamic terrorist from Afghanistan. An asylum seeker, an illegal migrant, come all the way from Afghanistan to our country, paid us our hospitality back by stabbing one of our own to death on the streets in broad daylight. This country is at boiling point.
Okay. No more protests. No more marches. No more stages. No more speakers. We need the English lads to make a point. A point that unfortunately has to be made. I understand that we all need to keep our heads screwed on, but it's too common now. It is too common that the dangers that are around our children are prevalent in every corner of this country. Just today, I've listened to GB News tell the country that there are Muslim men living in army barracks, and when they checked their Snapchat, they found that these men have been heavily armed in places like Sudan, Syria, and I'm talking AK-47s, I'm talking hundreds of rounds, I'm talking Rambo knives, I'm talking Afghan migrants picking random people off the street, English people, murdering them in cold blood. And what have we heard from the Prime Minister? What solutions are going to be put in place to safeguard us? Nothing. Malcolm X once said that when your community is being targeted, being murdered, and the officials and the government and the police do nothing to really protect you, it is our commitment to our families, to our religion, to our country, and most importantly, to our children, that we will protect them. So it's time to stop marching, it's time to stop protesting, and it's time that we take a leaf out of the book of our ancestors and our forefathers, and we do something to show them that we are not messing around anymore. No women, no children will be at this meet that we're going to call it. No vulnerable people, no disabled, just men. Now, why should you come? Why should you do whatever is called upon? Why should we do it? Because I tell you now, I would rather take one for the team and do what's necessary for this country and for my children than sit back and let these savages run riot in our country. We are England. This is England. Think about what our forefathers done for us. They would be ashamed of us. Every single ounce of us should be ashamed. Enough is enough. Very, very soon that call is coming. And I hope that those that are fed up, those that are angry, those that are literally look at their lives and see their kids' futures whistling away in the wind because we're just sitting back and letting this happen, while an innocent man walking his dog is literally brutally murdered on the streets of Uxbridge, while our women are being raped, our children are being sexually assaulted. Man the fuck up. It's fucking time.
I'm just going to say it how it is for a second here, and I've got to be careful because we all have to be smart about the way we go about this. But there's certain people out there on the internet right now, on social media, putting posts out there, readying the men of Britain and preparing them for a date to be confirmed, in a location to be confirmed, where we all meet up. Look at all the rapes every single day. Look at who they're letting into the country. Every single day there is a news report of an asylum seeker or an illegal. Someone who shouldn't necessarily be here committing some sort of crime. The government are silent. The media are silent. This is being announced as a male-only event. And it is not a march and it is not a protest. That is all I know. I believe the guy that has put this video out there will have the police looking into him and probably knocking at his door at 4 a.m. But just be aware of what is being spoken about on social media right now. Because if it comes to it, every single one of us will have a choice to make. And personally, I refuse to allow my future kids, should I ever have them, to grow up believing that their dad did nothing for their safety, for their freedoms, and for their future. Make your decision. Choose wisely.
Another beautiful roof completed. Yeah. So, wow. Okay. The response to my video yesterday has been, well, let's say, monumental. And it's good to know that the silent majority feel exactly the same way. And even those that have tried to dilute what needs to happen have been told. And that's good to see. Because when it comes to the protection of our women and children, our future of our country, if you haven't got the heart for it, you have to step aside. Because the realities of what's coming, if we don't do something, stand up, is far, far worse.
Oh, shit, it ended. Anyway, that's Danny Tomo, a right fucking drama queen, isn't he? And a bullshitter.
Oh, wow. I've never seen anybody give a speech and be so sure that he said that in the mirror before.
I know, definitely like that,
Wow.
wasn't it? Especially the first one when in his car with all the pauses, you know. No more protests. No more marches. You know, it's just
Yeah.
silly,
Oh my God.
isn't it? And
You can see
I mean,
him at one point too, kind of look to the left, like, okay, where do I go now? And then he jumped back in it. It's crazy.
I think
Sorry,
this
what were
is
you gonna
another. I think this is another contrived thing to. I think he's trying to get himself arrested for saying this stuff, and he'll end up with a short prison sentence, and then he can come out a martyr like Tommy Robinson. I think that's what he's aiming for.
I was exactly going to say that. He's trying to be like the other guy that has got political notoriety for him going to prison for his beliefs and views, and as far right-wing as they are, it's just wow.
Or if he actually organises this thing, he'll keep his hands clean. He'll make sure he doesn't do anything too criminal, and he'll let a load of other people have a riot, because that seems to be what he's planning, right? It's just the lads and no disabled people or women there, and it's all just very ridiculous. But if you were actually going to do this, why would you do it on social media? Why would you tell the nation that this is what you're planning to do? You know,
ego.
We want to keep it secret, so you do it online, right?
Right. I mean, do it in at least do it in Telegram groups, right? Where I mean, there's police are watching those as well, so I guess it ultimately might not help, but it just seems stupid to do it on Twitter because they're definitely, if anything happens, they're going to round him up straight away, aren't they? They're probably going to round him up before something happens. If they put a date to this, they're going to be all over it. Anyway, sorry, I'm a bit ranty, but these people just fucking wind me up. They say they love our country, and there they are, telling a load of lies about all of the crime that happens here, which isn't happening. They've got AK-47s and thousands of rounds, and what's the government doing about it? Nothing. Well, no, they're not doing anything about shit that's been made up on social media, are they? When they do, you complain. What should they do? Take down lies from social media about people having AK-47s in hotels. I mean, it's just bullshit. They're inventing the problem and then going, look how terrible our country is. We really love our country. Look how awful it is. And the awful is made up. It's not true or exaggerated or distorted. And then they tell us they love our country while they lie and denigrate it. They disgust me, these people. Anyway, that's enough serious stuff for now. Time to visit TikTok for some youthful lunacy. And this week, the subject du jour is 3-Eye Atlas.
They're coming! Oh my God. Aliens are coming! Do you hear me? Aliens!
He's really losing it.
3-Eye Atlas is the mothership!
What's he talking about?
They're here!
3 Atlas. Why are the authorities not saying anything about it?
Alright guys, there's a clear shot of 3-Eye Atlas approaching Earth. You can see the little light leading it. It's coming in hot.
They are saying this is 3-Eye Atlas, y'all. This is what's supposed to be headed towards Earth. Very, very soon. This right here. Allegedly, 3-Eye Atlas. Now, if this is 3-Eye Atlas, we might be fucked. Because what the fuck is that? That look like a damn galaxy, fool. And that very well could be a ship. So, let's say this is 3-Eye Atlas. A real photo. What do y'all think that is? All I'm saying is, if this is really 3-Eye Atlas, a real picture, we might be fucked.
So Israel are going straight away and attacking Gaza, right? Breaking the peace deal, right? We've got this storm, that's the biggest storm in 174 years, 75 years of recorded history. 185 miles an hour, it hit Jamaica, and I did live stream that. We've got 3-Eye Atlas, where tomorrow we find out if it's a comet or it's something alien, because it hits the perihelion, which is closest to the sun. We've then got this frequency change which people are speaking about, where they're saying you're going to feel something, there's going to be a frequency shift over the coming days. We've got a UFO disclosure documentary coming out in November the 21st, which is going to change everything they're saying. This is where the government's involved in it now. And we've got scientific peer-reviewed papers talking about thousands of transients, 100,000 transients seen around the planet. And we've now, on the Enigma app, people are speaking about these hundreds and hundreds of objects in the ocean being recorded on the west coast of the United States. Something is going to happen soon. I don't know what, but it's going to be big.
Alright, so I've just woke up. Where is 3i Atlas? Where is it, man? I literally just I looked out the window thinking, yo, you know, today's going to be the day, innit? Where is it? Just, like, I kind of wanted, like, some alien civilization just to spawn on Earth, you know what I mean? Like it's a video game or something. Where is it? Can everyone just tag NASA in this? I just want to know. Where's 3i Atlas? Bit annoying really, isn't it? Things never go to plan.
They are not coming to Earth. They are not landing here, and they are not taking us. They are adamant in the fact that they will not be taking us who are ready and waiting. They will not be taking us home. They are here consciously. They are working through the antennas of those who are awakened and ready to communicate with them. They use their mind. They telepathically communicate. They are here consciously working through us. They will not be physically landing. I need you all to understand that. They are working collectively, consciously through us through the power of their mind, and that's something that we do not understand as humans here on an Earth that is very heavily controlled, indoctrinated, and suppressed. The power of the mind travels through space and time. There is no limit. So they are here consciously. They will not be here physically, and they do come in peace. Open your mind and see what you find.
I'm not going to believe this, but we have another huge update about Atlas 3i. I talked to one of our sources from the observatory that's tracking Atlas 3i. It's getting more crazy by the day, and that's why not only NASA, but also China and the other space, agencies are putting this thing on a warning list. They're watching it through our interplanetary defense system because they do not know enough about this thing to write it off. In fact, they're studying right now the composition of its materials. A lot of people say that's not possible, but it is, because as this thing, flies closer towards the sun, it's heating up, and the materials on the outside are literally vaporizing into a gas. They're literally able to tell from that gas what it's made of. And let me tell you something. So far, they're saying it is not natural. They're saying it has a high probability of being made by an intelligent life form. That's why this thing is on the warning list. This is huge.
Did you hear the massive news today from NASA about 3i Atlas? 3i Atlas is that interstellar object that's traveling through our solar system and is going to do a flyby Earth. Well, NASA announced something that changes everything. They said that they pointed the James Webb Telescope at 3i Atlas, and they pushed a button that shoots photon protein fiber beams in the direction of an object they want to see, but they said they can only use it once because it's so powerful it burns out the telescope. So James Webb Telescope is now burnt out, but it allowed them to get close-up imagery of 3i Atlas, and they said when they were looking at it serendipitously, 3 objects came out of the center of 3i Atlas. And they didn't say these objects broke off it. They said they came out of the center, and the objects have propulsioners on them. And so one of them, they said, is headed towards Earth. The second one is headed towards our moon, and the third one is headed randomly towards Venus. And they said they're going so fast that the one to Earth will get here in a week and a half. I have an inside source at NASA that leaked the imageries to me, and I'm going to post that in part 2, and you will not believe what these objects look like.
NASA always waits to the last minute to warn people about things, and apparently they've issued a warning for people to take a vacation before October 29th. That's today. What is happening tomorrow? It's all in reference to that 3i Atlas, that object that is like 12 miles long, the size of Manhattan, and it moves at a terrifying 145,000 miles per hour, and they've got photos, and they're not releasing them. Why? And they've launched a defense probe, but they're calling it a test? If it's nothing, why all the secrecy? Why are they keeping so much information hidden? They won't confirm if it's a comet, and the silence is crazy. This is for entertainment purposes only, but I am curious, why are they telling us to take time off? Why would they do that unless something big is coming? If this thing hits Earth, it could be something catastrophic. I'm talking tsunamis, flooding. They don't want us to panic, but they're being silent. They're not only being silent, but they're just not telling us any information. Y'all better run to Walmart and stock up on some necessities. And while you're at it, stock up on some Goli ashwagandha, because who knows what tomorrow will look like.
This one's for the chosen. We are officially at the 3-Eye Atlas convergence. And if you were expecting everybody to be lifted up into the sky, probably didn't make it. 3-Eye Atlas and our sun are aligned right now. If you are an intuitive person, you will be receiving many downloads at this time. So let's all come together as one. Go ahead and comment in the comments the downloads that you are receiving from 3-Eye Atlas. I want to know if you had any visions, if you remote viewed 3-Eye Atlas, if you had any vivid dreams, or if you just had any specific download that you would like to share. Let's all meditate on these at the same time to receive the download from 3-Eye Atlas. This is a very special moment in time. If you were expecting spaceships and extreme miracles, then you already missed the point of the miracle that is 3-Eye Atlas. Do not seek miracles. Instead, appreciate. When we appreciate, everything is a miracle. So comment in the comments below what downloads you received from 3-Eye Atlas so we could amplify the power of the star seeds. Many miracles.
Oh, it ended. Martin Blevin says, this is what happens when you have expensive healthcare and cheap internet. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, Jim. I was sound asleep. I was having a beautiful nap, and then, something downloaded into my brain and said, oh, it's a Sunday roast is on. I better get in there. And here I am. It must have been a message from 3-Eye Atlas.
And the amazing thing about this is nobody would know that if it wasn't for NASA telling them they saw the damn thing.
Right.
Things extremely dim isn't going to get closer than about just inside twice the distance of the sun to us. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm getting a download from the satellite or from them that said, "You guys are a bunch of fools." But
it's amazing because TikTok is absolutely awash with this stuff. I downloaded literally, I downloaded about 40 clips, but don't worry, you're not going to see them all. But I've got another chunk of it. But go ahead.
I still can't. Sorry, go ahead.
Up with what was going on about how they pointed James Webb at it and fired photon fucking beams or some shit.
Fiber beams or something. I mean, they'll just say any old shit, won't they? They'll just sit there. A grown adult will sit there on a camera and just say any old bollocks. I mean, it's unbelievable. And this is what Isa, who I think is in the chat, Isa was celebrating this earlier. Talking about how great it is that so many more people are believing bullshit.
I still can't get over the guy that was obviously pointing to a picture of a galaxy, which was all likely most Andromeda,
right?
Saying, "What the fuck? If this hits us, we're fucked." Because what the fuck?
Yeah. And I had to bleep out his use of the N-word as well.
Oh my God!
He's not wrong. If a galaxy hits us, we're in trouble.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That is very true.
But it's going to be like twice the distance of the sun away from us. I mean,
it's been now, hasn't it? Hasn't it done its closest thing? I thought it already.
No, it's close to Earth. It's kind of like in the 19th, I think, December 19th.
Yeah, December 19th.
Oh wow!
This closest approach to the sun, I think.
Maybe it'll make it'd be in the sky with like a long tail, like a star with like a long spike coming down, and it will lead us to Bethlehem.
Don't say that. You know the conspiracy theorists will just think it's chemtrails.
It's 11th magnitude. You can't even see it except with a telescope.
Oh. Well, that's what NASA are telling you. That's what NASA are telling you, but it will be Christmas time, NASA said,
It's actually a drone that they're going to put up there with a light or whatever shit they come up with.
All right, more mothership madness now from the twats of TikTok.
That's it. There you go. That's what they're saying it is. And if you don't know what that is 3-Eye Atlas. You know the comet that some say is a mothership filled with aliens that are coming to fight us and kick our ass? Well, that's it. That's what they're saying it is. I can't. I fucking can't. Look at the situation now. If that's the mothership, we're cooked. Forget about the Venom alien that's in Panama chilling in fucking freezers. That's a real problem.
Everyone needs to get ready because the newest update about Atlas 3I changes everything. Scientists and NASA were already really concerned about this strange behavior, but now over the weekend, with the Gemini telescope, they took photos of Atlas 3I next to the sun. You know what they saw? They saw it shooting a jet stream into the sun. This comet that people keep calling a comet, or there's nothing to worry about here, there's nothing to see. Obviously there is, because scientists that work for Harvard, NASA, and China are reporting that this is concerning. We have a rogue comet that is shooting some kind of jet stream of material or matter into our sun. Like, this is huge. People need to realize how big of a deal this is. They already said 40% probability it's not natural. It means it's made by an intelligent life form. 40% chance, and now it's shooting a jet into our sun. We're gonna get more updates. This is huge.
Now, we have just received a new update from European Space Agency, where they have now shared the first ever close-up image of the 3I Atlas, which is said to be this massive mothership that's heading towards Earth, and supposedly it's going to get close to Earth exactly on 29th October 2025. Now, European Space Agency has just shared some new footage, where this is basically what they've been sharing so far. It's a massive mothership-like structure, where in between there is just this one spot from which there's a massive light that's emitting out. Now, on October 3rd, this object literally flew extremely close to the planet Mars. And according to the European Space Agency, they've actually revealed this new photo, which is captured by the Mars rover, which they claim is a robot that just keeps driving around in the planet Mars. And as soon as this object got close to Mars, it ended up clicking a picture, and this is basically what it looks like. Now, as you can see, this whole thing has a cylindrical shape, and it's very, very massive in size compared to what they were expecting before. They said that it was going to be as big as a Manhattan city size, but now they've just said that it's probably 1,000 times bigger than what they have previously expected. And the fun part is that this whole object, it only emits light from this particular spot for whatever reason, as though it's some sort of an engine that has an exit combustion.
Is 3I Atlas a mothership? No, thank you. Are there smaller ships on 3I Atlas? That's a yes. Thank you. Will any of these smaller ships be landing on Earth? That's a no. Thank you. Will 3I Atlas be landing or crashing onto Earth? That's a no. Thank you. Are there humans on 3I Atlas?
What?
That's a yes. Thank you. Are there draconians on 3I Atlas? That's a no. Thank you. Are there reptilians on 3I Atlas? It's a no. Thank you. Will 3I Atlas be making any sort of contact with Earth? That's a no. Thank you.
So now that the date, October 29th, 2025, has come and gone, and 3I Atlas did not make any appearance close to Earth's orbit whatsoever, scientists have now shifted their gears and are focusing on NASA. Harvard scientists are now accusing NASA of hiding critical evidence about the Manhattan-sized comet, otherwise known as 3I Atlas. And as of October 29th, the European London models that are tracking 3I Atlas are still showing it on their radars. So please consider any and all statements as entertainment purposes only, as I've stated in my past videos. Why? Because none of this stuff has been confirmed by any state, local, or government officials. There is also an alleged leak photo. This is alleged because it has not been confirmed, of 3I Atlas in orbit. Take a look at this. That is the alleged leaked image of 3I Atlas as it sits in orbit. So now that the 29th has come and gone, do you think we are still in for doom and gloom? Will 3I Atlas make an appearance at some point? So I guess my question to you is, do you believe what the scientists are saying? That NASA is hiding something from us? Or, as I've said before, is this just a distraction from something else? Or should we be concerned about 3I Atlas? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
China has suspended all tracking of 3I Atlas. Today is October 30th, 2025, and 3I Atlas is currently the closest it's going to be to the sun. China has stated that the halting of tracking 3I Atlas is due to scheduling conflicts with upcoming lunar missions. But if you're like me, you're one of those people who realize that not everything is as it seems. NASA had went dark about 3I Atlas updates recently, and China had stated that they were going to continue looking into this. But today, October 30th, of all days, the day where it's supposedly the closest is going to be to the sun, China decides to halt any updates. Obviously, I have no updates as to what 3I Atlas actually is. There's no way of actually knowing, but there's a lot of speculation. A lot of people say it's just a comet. Some people seem to think it's an alien mothership, and some people are saying it's something here to shift the collective frequency. I don't know what to think. I believe they all have some sort of merit. People have said that since it's the closest it'll be to the sun, that this is supposed to cause a rise in frequency, and it's supposed to impact the Schumann resonance, which is an electromagnetic field that is generated by the Earth. And people claim that this resonance can affect human behavior and emotion. And before I get anybody in my comments talking about, well, objects in space can't have an effect on the planet or the people on the planet. The moon quite literally affects the water on the planet, and it affects the tides. Our body, the human body, is made up of 75% water.
3I Atlas and the impact it's going to have on your local business. So most of you business owners are probably wondering, how does 3I Atlas, the interstellar object that is traveling through our solar system, the third one that we've discovered, that's the size of the island of Manhattan, traveling 137,000 miles per hour, and is about to turn around the sun and be closest to Earth on December 19th, I think it is. What the hell does that have to do with my business? What it has to do with your business is this. If it turns out this thing is not an asteroid, and it doesn't look like one, and is actually an interstellar object sent from another galaxy to do recon or come visit us, everything is going to change. And as part of that, you are probably going to miss some phone calls. You're going to be busy trying to figure out, how do I keep my business going as these interstellar people, objects, life forms come into our planet? And that, my friends, is where MissCallConnect.com comes in handy. As you are dealing with the interstellar aliens that are coming to visit us, and you miss these calls, you don't have to miss opportunities. You're going to be busy. You're going to be thinking about what the hell is going on. But you don't have to miss opportunities. MissCallConnect.com. You miss a call, we send an automatic text message to the people that want to do business with you while the aliens are en route. Don't miss calls. MissCallConnect.com. Keep an eye on the sky, friends.
That's clever, isn't it? That is clever, you have to admit.
That last one was probably the most logical.
Yeah.
I feel like we live in a time where like everybody's individually deciding what genre of Earth they want to live in.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're on sci-fi Earth, you know,
Yeah.
like that person over there is on horror Earth. They got demons going on, and like, it's just like crazy. We were really like in crazy circumstances, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Idiocracy. All right, let's move on. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I'm just totally amazed that people are worried this thing is. I mean, it's barely inside the orbit of Mars. It's going to be like on the other side of the sun from us, and everyone's
Right.
freaking out about it. It's crazy.
Okay, Zan, you're very noisy. Our next two clips might just get the stream taken down. If this happens, here is what to do. Wait to see if the stream comes back, or a link to the new stream is posted here in the live stream chat. If the chat closes before we get to that, click on my channel name and then click on live, and if you need to, keep refreshing until you see the new stream. Or get the link from the Discord server. God, this is making me nervous. Okay, let's get on with it. Flatty doco maker Sean Hibbler has been at it again, following on from his 3 Flat Earth documentaries and his more recent Tartaria bullshit. This time he's gone for chemtrails. Now available on Amazon Prime, this is Climate Trails.
The air that you breathe has been compromised. Please look up, look up, look up.
My name is Kristen Megan, and for 23 years, I have worked as a senior industrial hygienist, which is an occupational environmental health and safety professional. And I spent 9 years on active duty working in bioenvironmental engineering in the Air Force. After watching a documentary and hearing about chemtrails, I thought that was the most ridiculous thing ever, because I work in a field where I have to protect community and environmental health. And I knew the health impacts if what was claimed to be was actually being dispersed on our vegetation, and we were inhaling it and being displaced on our food. So in my journey to try to debunk this, that is when my whole world changed.
I want to say around 2006, I started kind of opening my eyes to how the military wasn't really what I thought it was. And people approached me knowing what I did for a living and said, have you ever heard of chemtrails? Well, I hadn't. I went online and I looked at chemtrails. I saw a lot of, debunking, a lot of sites that were just kind of calling it a conspiracy theory. And I thought, well, geez, this is what I do for a living. Preventive health, making sure that people are not getting sick, especially in the workplace, and by things that we're doing that can affect, human health and the environment. I didn't debunk it. It literally changed my life. It's not easy standing here and telling my story. One day I was going through that computer system, which if you want to look it up, it's called an Air Force Form 3952. It is the approval of hazardous materials. I was finding tons and tons of large quantities of aluminum, barium, strontium in the forms of oxides and sulfates. So I asked the question, what is this being used for? I never got an answer, so I didn't approve it. And it sat there. And then the heat came down. Are you behind on your 3952s? Only a select few of us did that. So I started asking questions. And at that point, my demonization began. I made my rank. I was decorated. I was a non-commissioned officer of the quarter. I won lots of awards. I had no reason for anyone to attempt to demonize me. When I started asking the question again under a new commander, I never in my life thought I would have somebody look me in the face and tell me, I am questioning you. Is there something wrong with you? You've been looking really depressed lately. I can put you under mental evaluation for up to 120 days. Who would take care of your daughter? Because I was divorced at the time. As soon as I heard that, I knew. It validated everything I ever thought. I ran and did not look back. And I have been blowing the whistle and shouting ever since. And I left October 27th. 2010.
Greetings, gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm a retired scientist, bachelor's, cum laude in forestry, master's in zoology, 35 years, USDA scientist, Soil Conservation Service, U.S. Forest Service, civil service equivalents in range, wildlife, fisheries, geology, agriculture, soils, ornithology, entomology, botany, mycology, hydrology. Am I qualified to speak? Just letting you know it. Okay, you want some figures? Okay, latest water test, tested the rain. 13,100 micrograms per liter of aluminum in the rain in 2013. Normally, it should be 0. So 13,100 is pretty damn much, folks. It used to be 0, then it was 100s in the 2000s, and then since 2010, it's into the 1000s and the latest 13,100. In the snow on Mount Shasta, pristine Mount Shasta, 61,000 micrograms per liter, 4 times the amount that is found in the soil up there. Where in the hell is this stuff coming from if it's not coming from the soil? You know, these tests are international in scope. We're seeing this all over the world, guys. Aluminum blocks essential nutrients. I am unable in my garden to restore normal pH, and that's because nanoparticles are now in the circulatory systems of both plants and humans. So welcome, fellow guinea pigs.
I was beat up 3 times. 2 by Forest Service employees, 1 by a rancher, saying, "You mind your own business, whackety whack, whack, whack."
When the threats started coming, I realized I needed to leave. And again, I had no plan. I had no job. I was very scared, and I came out in a time that I knew, regardless of what happened to me, I was going to be on the right side of history. It was a time when many people still didn't believe it. I was demonized heavily. I was granted whistleblower status. I hired an attorney. The very hazards that I'm trying to eliminate out of the workplace were now just dispersing for everyone to ingest, inhale, and land again on their vegetation.
Since I've left mainstream medicine and really looked at what data is out there to inform us on what is really causing disease, you know, I definitely learned that it's not germs. I don't think it's genes either. And what I do see is massive evidence that we are exposed to an immense chemical soup of man-made poisons that never existed in nature, our bodies are unfamiliar with, and it disrupts our natural biology. And these come from so many different sources. But there's one source of this exposure that you really are impotent to do anything about it, and it is the geoengineering spray that's coming down from our skies virtually every day.
When I learned that we are being poisoned, it's emotional every time I go outside. You know what I mean? It's to the point where I've become more of a recluse, which is not me, because I know I don't want to go out and breathe it. When I see them spraying, it just makes me not want to go out. I've overcome it because I've gone through a journey, but most people would be depressed sitting inside all day. Like if they knew that and then they were scared to go outside, they're gonna get more depressed inside.
I want to go out on a sunny day and enjoy time with my family and not have overcast and then have everybody coughing and sick because all this crap is just falling down. It's in our soil, it's in our water. We inhale it because what goes up must come down.
Is it hard metal? Is it shards of metal? Is it in nanoparticulate? Is it oxides? Different metal, if it's inhaled, it can cause respiratory issues. If it's ingested, it can cause GI issues. But either way, it affects neurodevelopment, and it is a hazard to your brain, and it breaks the blood-brain barrier. This is why a lot of people decide not to vaccinate, because of the aluminum and the adjuvants and preservatives. So you kind of, again, have to look at that synergistic toxicity. It's targeting your food, your water, and it's coming in multiple different ways.
I actually feel down. I mean, most people do, with days and days of just thick, nasty haze and lines. It's depressing. I'm sick of it. and I cannot control what is happening in the sky above me, I'm not having that. I can control what I put into my mouth. I can control what I feed to my child. I can control how I grow my food and if I want to spray pesticides or not, but I cannot control the experiments over my head that remain unchecked, untested. You know, nobody knows what the cumulative impacts of the aluminum, the copper, the zinc, barium, strontium, titanium is doing to our wildlife, our soil, our plants, and what it means to inhale it.
I've got another clip to come, but we can talk about this one. What do you think so far?
Well, that first woman had every flat earther's conversion story.
Yeah, I thought that. That's why I included that, because they all say that.
Every Christian conversion story, too.
At first, I tried to debunk it, but I just couldn't. Yeah, where have we heard that before? Sorry, go ahead, Paz.
It actually lists off a load of things that it does to you, breaks down your blood-brain barrier, blah, blah, blah. I mean, doesn't sound like someone from the US Air Force, does it?
No.
You do an inventory on chemicals?
They love the blood-brain barrier, though, don't they? They love it. The anti-vaxxers love it, too.
Josh Nelson says he won't go outside, so he doesn't have to breathe it. Well, thank goodness when he's inside, he's safe.
Yeah.
They're throwing buzzwords as well about, what was it, synchronistic toxicity.
Yeah, I like that phrase, yeah.
Well, they are correct about the effects of aluminum on the brain. So you got to give them that.
Right, now, which flat earther did we recognise from this excerpt?
The guy that said he got beat up 3 times looked just like Soft.
Did anyone recognise a flat earther in there?
No.
That we've featured plenty of times before?
We're not paying attention, Jim.
No. Well, Tanner Stewart, the guy who was going, we want to breathe clean air, and the guy in the cowboy hat. That is Flat Earth Millionaire.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's one of the people that funded it. Apparently it cost $100,000 to make.
Every penny worth it.
All right, what's next? Yes. Well, we got through that one anyway. That's encouraging because it means we'll probably get through the next one. I was just thinking with it being on Prime that maybe I would get into trouble for it. Anyway, clearly Sean Hibbler has gone for a lull you into a false sense of security approach with climate trails because it definitely gets crazier as it goes on. Here is a bit more.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield came out with, in 2020, a paper that said early onset dementia and Alzheimer's on the rise for ages 30s and 40s. Well, no wonder. Not only is aluminum now the go-to in all of the jabby-hoos, now it's in the sky.
Our bodies absorb the aluminum, the barium, these heavy metals that don't get processed by the liver. You know, the liver can't process these heavy metals, so what do? They go straight to the brain. And now we wonder why there's, an increase in dementia over the last 30 years. Alzheimer's, it's heavy metals making people lose their minds.
What if we're breathing in metal and then they turned on these towers and they put out microwaves? Have you ever put in foil in a microwave? We're breathing this shit in.
So I think right now we're in the stage of where smoking was safe, considered by doctors and medical professionals. I think we're in the same position with chemtrails. There's awareness, they're talking about it. No one wants to breathe in chemicals. No one wants to, wake up groggy and in a bad mood. We want to see the sun. We want to see blue skies, We want to have healthy crops. We want to have healthy drinking water, breathable air.
I'm convinced this is one of the preeminent fights of our generation. Stop this evil.
When states ban weather modification, depending on the population density of an area, the state really doesn't have jurisdiction above 400 to 1,000 feet. Above that is federal airspace. And this is a federal program. I do think it's important that states ban it, though, because it brings it into the news and it makes it, a big deal and raises awareness, makes people understand this is a real thing. And again, if people want to know if this is a real thing, states have bills to ban it.
After experiencing what I did during 2020 and seeing how we were being lied to, fear-mongered, abused essentially, and I knew how bad the lies were at that time, that was the first time I really opened myself up to the possibility that this whole chemtrail theory might actually have some weight. I began tracking aircraft out of curiosity for many reasons, but I was self-taught on an app called Flight Radar 24 because I was curious about who was overhead. I use Flight Radar 24 to identify the aircraft. I take the registration number from Flight Radar, and then I go to the FAA's website, and you can look up the unique registration number. And there, they'll tell you all the details of the aircraft, and they'll tell you the registered owner of the aircraft.
Weather Modification Incorporated, which is a company that services most of the planet. They actually hold most of the contracts in the NOAA library. The NOAA library has every disclosed contract in the country, and there are thousands active contracts.
I realized that all of my documenting, all of the times I thought there was something going on in the sky, there it was confirmed.
The vast majority of weather modification, I believe, is conducted by military. But we have thousands of contracts with private companies like Weather Modification Incorporated. Anyway, if you go to their website, they offer loan programs for planes and they have job opportunities. And my favorite job opportunity is when they're requesting pilots. One of the qualifications is that they have the capability to be extremely discreet. They must have the ability to maintain secrecy and be discreet. That's in the open listing.
You can go and find out that there are patents on all of this stuff. Why? Why would there be a patent if somebody wasn't going to pursue that? You don't just make patents to make patents. You make patents to protect it so you can hide the technology from people and control it.
In 1891, they began producing rainfall. In the early 1900s, they started producing artificial fog. It's a revelation of method. They're telling us what they're doing. It's one of the laws of the universe. Unfortunately, the general public aren't privy to the laws of the universe, but one of the laws of the universe is revelation method. They have to tell you what they're doing before they do it, okay? So it's a basic revelation of method, lesser magic. So these patents they're putting out there, they're telling us what they're doing. And, you know, silence is consent. They know no one's gonna go to .org, .gov website, these certain government websites and check for patents. They know they're not gonna do it. They're distracted with news and sports and government and religion and all the other viruses in this world.
There are an enormous amount of patents that talk about every single aspect of all of this. The problem is there are patents for things that don't even exist yet. There are patents for things that are so out of this world that no one would ever think that they're real. There are patents for literally every part of this and things that you probably don't ever want to read because they're so terrifying.
They don't mind at all bringing a storm in to be able to depopulate an area so that they can do something else there. And you and I, the citizen, bears that cost. I ask our governor, I ask our TDEC to look at that because there's law on the books, Title 58-2-116A in the Tennessee Code, authorizes the governor and his agencies to investigate those natural disaster things. Unwilling to do it, completely unwilling to do it.
When they throw that stuff out there, I don't understand why people today would think that they couldn't
that are burning out of control. And then suddenly precious land that belonged to, generations of landowners and families, gone. Now up for grabs by the BlackRocks and the Vanguards of the world. You have the flooding that destroys people's homes.
Causing excessive floods, causing severe weather, causing excessive drought. Yeah, I mean, weather manipulation, people think, oh, it's too big to get control of. Not really. Not really. Because all you really need is heat generation. And actually, just with heat generation alone, you can do so much.
Every hurricane, every devastating storm, all of those murders, they're using weather as a weapon, period.
I do know people that I talked to years ago who told me they actually designed the software for the HARP technology. HARP is very real. Our government is very secret about what it's used for. When people try to show up to inquire or see if they have tours, they're immediately pushed away.
You're not curious? Just look at the record tornadoes in Arkansas. I mean, look at all the flooding and North Carolina, all these storms, hurricanes, like wildfires, all these quote unquote natural disasters that are just popping up left and right.
If the technology was available in the 1960s to do that, and that we have HARP and all of these different mechanisms that are able to manipulate the atmosphere if we put the right chemicals and metals and compounds into the atmosphere.
HARP is scary as and with this HARP technology, I believe, and again, it goes back to the patent, they can use it to manipulate people's minds.
HARP, which is stationed in Alaska, big system. You can't have HARP systems all over the country. You also don't need them. HARP is very powerful. It can affect a vast majority of the planet.
When you have these nanoparticulate metals, can they be controlled? Can they vibrate? Can they be steered? And that seems very plausible when you look at some of the very unpredictable, very out of the norm hurricanes that just recently occurred. If you just look up our government's own documents, a lot of people who still don't believe this, at some point are going to have to wake up and join us.
See, I said it got crazier.
Arse-hattery max volume.
Yeah.
The government's trying to kill us all. Oh, they want us to pay taxes too.
I love that she was self-taught on Flight Radar.
Oh no, that's why I put that bit in. I thought that was great.
Yeah. I'm self-taught on OnlyFans by the same mirror, I should imagine.
Yeah.
Apparently, someone said you make patents to high technology. That's like saying you make TV adverts to hide cat food.
I know. I mean,
that's what I was thinking. Why would they say that?
When you're making a patent, you're making the technology public. Right?
No.
You're saying this is what I've done. No one else can do it.
Right.
Well, it's actually worse than that because you're saying this is the crazy thing that I dreamt about maybe being able to do. Like, you don't have to prove function in a patent filing. That's why there's so many crazy patents.
Right.
And the only requirement for a patent is originality.
Yeah. And
right.
They said patents. I've read patents so terrifying that you don't want to read them, and then they show you one patent for 0.25 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the way that also this company, Weather Modification Incorporation, goes, I checked on Flight Radar. They've got all the planes. This company's got 35 twin-engine planes like Bombardiers and Pipers and Cessnas. If they're responsible for seeding the entire world, that means that one of their planes is doing all of Russia.
Right.
I mean, it's just, this is how much chemicals do they think they're getting on a plane that can comfortably take no more than 4 fat Americans?
Right.
Like, if you wanted to, you could probably get away with filing a patent for, like, a quick and easy adrenochrome extraction device, and all these people would lose their fucking minds.
Well, really quick, the data does show the increased levels of aluminum in rainwater. There is the well-known link between aluminum and things like, Alzheimer's?
Is it?
So... Yeah.
What data shows this? I wonder.
I'll bring it to you. It's actually a really funny phenomenon.
Let's not do it now.
Okay, well, I'll just say it right now. There's a really funny, I say it's funny, but when they look at the brains of Alzheimer's patients, they find like little pockets of, and in those little scarrings and pockets, they find high levels of aluminum. It's readily available. You can look it up in like 0.2 seconds.
You know, we don't drink rainwater anymore, right?
No shit, retard.
Yeah, we filter that.
AI overview. The consensus among most scientific and health organizations, there is no conclusive or strong evidence that everyday exposure to aluminum causes Alzheimer's disease.
Sure. Now look up what they find in people, in the brain of people with Alzheimer's.
Squatting dog, this isn't a debate show. We're not doing that.
Okay.
And the guy talking about Mount Shasta and the amount of aluminum found in the snow up there, that's something, right, to actually look at and see if that's true, and if so, maybe how or why.
Well, that guy was dying of cancer, so he kind of hasn't got a lot to lose, has he? If it's found to be
amyloid plaques is what I was thinking of. I found the name. It's like these little formations that form in the brains of Alzheimer's people.
Okay, moving on then. Flat Earth UFC star Bryce Mitchell has finally seen the light and changed his mind. Enjoy, Isa.
He took a bullet for us, and I promise you, if the day comes, I will take a bullet for that man. I love that man with all my heart, and I would die fighting for a battle for that man.
Hey, I want to let y'all know I'm not with Donald Trump no more. I don't support him. I don't like him. I think he's a corrupted leader. And, yeah, it took me a while to come to that conclusion, but I finally am coming to it. I do not like the guy at all. The first thing for me was he didn't release the Epstein files. They're even acting like they didn't exist. And then, of course, they're sending Israel and Ukraine all of our tax dollars. Putting America last. And now he's blaming the beef farmers for the price of beef. Hey, I'm not biased, man. He talked a good game. He tricked me. I was fooled. I admit it. Yeah, I do think that Donald Trump is that beast of Revelation 13:3. Yeah, go read it. Go read it. If you're a Christian, I want you to get into Revelation 13:3, and I want you to read that verse. Yeah, about the Antichrist, about the one who was fatally wounded in the head. Then he was miraculously healed, and the whole world marveled at him and said no man can make war with him. Yeah, I do think that Donald Trump is that beast of Revelation 13:3. Yeah, go read it. There ain't another man that's ever walked the planet that fits Revelation 13:3. Then read the rest of the chapter, and it'll tell you the mark of the beast is coming in 42 months. Now, I'm not saying that I know that Donald Trump is this man of Revelation 13:3. I'm just saying he's the only one who could be right now. Go read Revelation 13. He's the only man that fits that description. Yeah, and I'm totally done with the dude. He's done to me. He's done. He's a goner. He's compromised. He's right up there with the rest of the pedophiles, man. And it sucks to say that because I supported him for a long time, but he's a good actor. And he had me fooled for a long, long time. God bless y'all and thank you.
Well, that's a new experience. Agreeing with Bryce Mitchell.
Still crazy. People would come to that conclusion.
Anyway, he had to go. I probably should have put that in earlier, but he is a flat earther, so he does qualify for this end of the show. Speaking of which, piss-drinking flatty, allegedly Dave, was interviewed recently, and it turns out he is one of the black Hebrew Israelite types. Also, he made a remarkable discovery about bees and beavers.
You come across as a very sort of decent bloke, let's put it that way, with integrity. For instance, you follow the Sabbath, which is a Saturday, I take it, not a Sunday. I'd always thought it was a Sunday. But you follow that because you are a religious geezer. Is that right?
Well, I'm not religious.
Okay.
But, I was an atheist for 40 years. I was led to read the Bible for the first time, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And I realized that, the Most High does exist. And, if the Most High does exist, well, he's given us some rules and regulations to be here. So, you know what? I think I better follow them,
Right, okay. So let me stop you there. I'm just writing notes down here. I use the word religious, and you said I'm not religious. So let's get that out in the open. What does that mean, religion or being religious, to you?
Right. Well, religion is a belief system that basically tells you have to do this, that, and the other. The Old Testament was not a religious book. It's been turned into a religious book, but it never was in the first place. It was a book of history, law, and guidance for a very particular people. And essentially, another people took that book, put their own book on top of it, and created a religion around the two. So they did that at least 3 times.
Why, when you're talking about the Muslims, the Christians, and you call them the Ish people?
Yes.
Ish. Why? These are the Jewish people, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so as we would refer to them, why are you calling them Ish?
Okay, because they're imposters, essentially. They were known as the Khazarians, which they were called the Serpent People or the Name Stealers. And
Name Stealers. Name
Yes.
Stealers, did you say?
Yeah. So they would. So okay, they got that designation because they lived in the area we call Ukraine right now. Funnily enough.
Okay.
So the Ukraine was the kind of gateway to the east. So merchants would travel through Khazaria to get to China and stuff to trade. And what would happen is they'd meet a Khazarian, and the Khazarian would welcome them in and say, "Hello, come in, come to my house, and we'll feed you, we'll give you drink, and you just chill at my place for a while." So they'd ply him with drink, find out everything they could about him and the trade that he was going to do, then murder him and go and do the trade, and then that trade would never have existed because it never actually happened with the parties that were properly involved. So they became known as the Name Stealers, and beyond that, they would conquer a people and take their names. They would kill the men, rape the women, and then rename themselves the original population, and then rewrite history so you wouldn't know about the originals.
So going back to the Sabbath, that's a day of rest, yeah? What is that? Because I know I was on a kibbutz many years ago, and they would have Shabbat, which would be Friday, I think Friday, Saturday?
Yes,
So
Friday,
it's the same.
Friday, sundown.
Friday's okay, Sunday. So what is this? And because to me that again is a religion. You're following a religion, but you're not following. You'll say you're not folling a religion. So can you sort of differentiate?
It's not a religion. It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
The Most High rested after 6 days of work, and it turns out that we do have a 7-day cycle as well, and it turns out when we get sick and when we recover and various other things, sort of occur on a 7-day cycle. I also found when I was actually trying to figure out what day the Sabbath actually was, because there's a bit of confusion about that.
Yeah, you're answering my next question here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. So there's a lot of there's certain people who think, okay, we have to look at the moon and determine, okay, when the first sliver of the moon appears, right, then you start your count of 7 days, and all that. It was very difficult to try and figure out when is the Sabbath. So I did again. I did the research. Just stepping aside a little bit, you said takes 10,000 hours to be an expert in something. Well, I've easily done more than 10,000 hours of research, and so I've got pretty damn good at doing research. And then further, I went on to find that certain animals keep the Sabbath on a Saturday. So bees who have never been in contact with humans, they don't come out of their hives or whatever, on a Saturday. Nor do beavers. Beavers, stay in their lodges on a Saturday.
Bees and beavers, how lovely.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I really like that. Gosh. And you've looked that up. I mean, have you gone to see a beehive to check that out, or
I
a
know.
beaver's nest?
I just found just like a strange report.
Right.
Strange reports that didn't really weren't talking about the Sabbath, but they were saying, yeah, this is very strange. I've been looking at these. I've been studying these beavers, and for some reason they don't come out on a Saturday. It's either it's a tenth of humanity and only a third of the Israelites who are going to make it.
A tenth of humanity. Okay. And you would class yourself as an Israelite as such.
Yes. Now, so if you think about that, then is it going to be the 2 billion Christians that following this religion, or is it going to be the much smaller group of people who aren't worshipping an idol?
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I see it.
Lots of food for thought here. What happened then to you? You say you're an atheist for a long time, and then something changed your mind. What was it that changed your mind?
Right. Well, essentially because I was researching all sorts of different things, and every so often I'd be pointed to the Bible, and it's like urine therapy, for instance. Somebody said, "Oh, urine therapy is in the Bible, don't you?" I was like, "Is it?" And yeah, Proverbs 5:15, I think it is.
Just whilst we're just talking about the flat Earth, then, because it is in the book, the Bible. Because also, oh God, so many questions. When somebody does say to you, "Oh bloody hell, you're a flat earther," what a plonker kind of thing. How do you react? You're thick-skinned, I know, and your belief is so strong, you can just bounce it off. But how does that kind of make you feel, or other flat earthers?
These days, when somebody talks to me like that, I just smile, because I have no need to convince anybody anymore, right? I just needed to convince myself, and I've seen so many things now. Now, there's a difference. There are two types of flat earthers out there. There are those flat earthers who watched a few videos and have become convinced, and then there are flat earthers who watched a few videos perhaps to get into it, but they've actually gone and done experiments to find out for themselves. Yeah. Now I'm in the latter camp, because literally I've been all over the earth. I was going to say all around the earth. I've been all across the earth.
All across it, yeah. Not all around it, no.
Yeah. I've been doing experiments, all across the earth, and every experiment sort of backs up this idea that we're on a flat stationary plane.
What utter bollocks.
Wow,
I want
he's
to
got
say
good proof. Can't wait to see it.
it's true. Beavers do not come out on Saturdays because they're fucking nocturnal.
What about the bees?
When you said you were going to talk about the beavers and the bees, like I thought that was just like weird sex talk. That's what we call it in Canada, It's about the beavers and the bees.
Didn't you guys elect Dave Murphy for leader?
He wanted
I'm pretty
us
sure he's
to.
the leader, right?
He wanted us to, but no, we didn't have to elect him. We had to appoint him.
Oh, I'm sorry, appoint him. Okay.
Yeah, we had to appoint him leader of the UK.
How does he have time to do these interviews if he's the leader of the UK, Jim?
Well, because his job is, quote, I quote, helping people.
Right.
I think he's getting paid off. That's why he has so much free time, Jim.
I
Follow the money.
I've seen him on. I mean, he's doing all his Jewy thing now, like they all fucking do.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's done 10,000 hours of research on the Jews. I mean, just to put that in context, 8 hours a day, that's 4 years, 10 months, every fucking working day of the week. Yeah.
Right.
So he's been obsessing about Jews for 5 years, apparently. I mean, if you, I don't think he is a cunt. There's no question about it. He's a 24-carat cunt, and you can tell that because aside from his lovely shiny white shirt and his lovely trim beard and his lovely pink internet chair, did you see where he was? He was in some dingy fucking one-room bedsit.
Right. I was thinking that it did look a bit that way, didn't it?
It's rising damp meets sinking idiocy.
Yeah. Well, he did do an appeal like a year or two ago for he got black mold in the van that he was living in. So
What a waste of fucking space, frankly. Do you know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
I only need to convince myself, but then shut the fuck up.
right. And you know, what experiments has he done? He hasn't done any experiments. I think he turned up at one of Roxanne's, you know, where they're on the beach with Dr. John D. I think he might have turned up for one or two of those, but he hasn't been all over the world doing experiments.
Well, he's
That's all over the world, Jim. All over
He's
Britain.
probably drunk as piss on at least 3 continents.
Yeah. All right, shall we move on? We're going to get really flat earthy now. The final experiment continues to dominate the flat earth scene. Jaron recently entertained one of his accusers in debate. Meet Sam from the channel Flat Earth Reconnaissance.
So first, let's say hi to Sam. Sam?
Hi.
Can you tell everybody who you are, where your channel is, all that fun stuff, while I fix my headphones?
I'm not really anybody. I'm just a simple guy. I have a Flat Earth channel called Flat Earth Reconnaissance, and I understood that the Earth is flat, but a couple of years ago, and I invested myself into like understanding more, and how come we are being lied about it, and why, like, and who, who's behind it. So it's very interesting. So I've been dedicating myself into like understanding all these things. I made a few videos, and here I am with you talking about TFE and maybe other things also. But okay, so let's start about that TFE trip. In my opinion, I wish I could believe that it happened, but I have no other choice than to understand that it could not happen. So of course now we have a problem because you're saying that you went in that cold place there, but actually there are so many anomalies in your footage, in your behaviors, that it's impossible to believe that you were actually there. So even David Weiss is saying, like, that the sky was faked and the sun was fake and everything was fake, the snow was fake, but you were there. And later on, I'll explain why it's so important for him to, to insist on that point, and why it's so important for you also to insist on that point that, you were actually there. So the thing is that I've talked to Maktoon about some of these anomalies, and all the time he was telling me that it was because of technical problems related to the 360 degrees camera. So I checked, and I couldn't find on internet any footage of a 360 camera that had the same glitches, or that had like as many glitches and anomalies as in the TFE footage. So I don't think it's true. I believe also that the glitches you have and the anomalies, some of the anomalies we have in that footage views, can be found and can be seen in the displays, LCD screen displays that we see in the sphere. I made a small video just to compare it. So that the only type of anomalies I saw in the footage are the ones I saw also in that sphere. I don't say that you were there, but that actually maybe those glitches are not produced by the the camera you had there, but simply by the screens that we believe were there. Because the point is that we believe that you're in the studio somewhere, some sort of a studio. We don't know where yet, but we believe it was totally fake, and of course, that's going to be a wide subject of discussion. But the thing is that if I claim it was fake, I also have to understand why it was faked and what was the point in faking it and all that, and what was the objective behind this. And we've been working hard, and I believe we understood what are the objectives behind the TFE operation, which was not, to my mind, to prove that the Earth is flat, because it's obvious that all these mistakes were made. Some of them, let's say, were made on purpose, because you're not that stupid. You're not even I, who don't know nothing about how to to take pictures of films of 360-degree movies. I wouldn't have made so many mistakes. So it's kind of suspicious that there is so many gross mistakes being made about this footage. So we'll talk about it later on. But again, my position is that you could not be there, and that you were someplace else, not that cool. So that's my first statement. You can go ahead. You can take my time, no problem. Okay, no problem. So just to answer what you just said about the people in Antarctica, it's true. There's a lot of people in Antarctica, lots of footage, and not only just from recent times. It for 80 years we have footages of people working there, going there. But the thing is that I don't think that TFE was made to prove that you could run in Antarctica. It was made to prove that there was a 24-hour sun. And where the problem is with what you're saying is that despite all these people that go there for so long, there's no video of the 24-hour sun for 80 years. Now there is a couple of videos that were made by Anthony Powell that were proven totally fake and easily proven fake. Well, so the point is that since there is people, and there are people in Antarctica that are going there, no problem. But how come, we have to go now in 2024 to try to prove that there is 24 hours in Antarctica, when it's so easy? It would be so easy to just call somebody, say, hey, I give you $500, $1,000, just, film the 24-hour sun. Well, I made such an expedition there. You understand? So that's already suspicious before it starts. You understand? It doesn't make sense because, I tell you something. Truth has to make sense. When you have too much to prove, when you have too much to justify, you understand? So it proves by itself that it is false, because truth can be proven very easily. For example, the Earth is flat, waters, don't bend, the Earth is stationary, and then, we can apply that theory, on the field, because, we can justify that, what we're saying is true because we can see it. Now, what you are doing with all your calculations, which are perfect, I have nothing to say about everything that you demonstrate all the time. And I'm not actually an expert in that. I'm not. You got the wrong guy, because I don't understand all these things. But I know one thing. I know that all those calculations that you make that appear to be perfect and right do not apply to reality. Those are just demonstrations that show us how your imaginary world is working.
A man deluded by his own arrogance there, I think.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable,
wasn't
he?
They were failing. They knew they weren't in the place they were in, and yet they acted like they were in the place they were in.
Every insistence from a flat earther that it was fake is just admitting that it debunks flat Earth.
I mean, that's summarizing. Right. A man telling two other men they haven't been where they said they went.
Right. Just ridiculous, isn't it?
You could take that and you could scrub off the audio and put your own on it. I believe you and Dave didn't go on a same-sex couples holiday in Jamaica. I have researched gay bars in the Caribbean, and they don't have the same bar stools and cocktail glasses.
Right.
You were not there. You were someplace else, possibly Corfu.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how are we having conversations like this in the modern world? Someone telling someone else where they didn't go where they said they went.
Mm. I know, Buzzer. That's what I think. Sam,
I'm telling you, we're all living in different genres.
You're killing us.
Background noise.
Thank you.
You should see Flatzoid's review of it.
This makes no sense at all. How can this be a functional debate?
You could almost have written the intro to the next clip, Pazza. It's truly absurd and a testament to the profound intellectual dishonesty of flat earthers that there are still people who are prepared to claim that the trip itself did not occur as described. A point ably made by Jaren in this clip.
This over here is my YouTube channel. It's been up the entire time. It's never been changed. And you'll notice that starting here, we had a conversation before. It says Antarctica Bound. Then you'll notice here, live from Punta Arenas. So we went live on the first day we got there, which was the 11th. Okay, this is the second day. We went live on the 12th. This is from Punta Arenas. This is the third day on the 13th. We went live from Punta Arenas. This is the 14th, the day that I arrived in Antarctica. This is the 15th, the day after. This is the 16th, the day after that. This is the 17th. So every single day, I live streamed from the ice, making it prohibitively impossible that it could be faked, because I was talking to people in the chat. Also, if you go to my chest cam footage, you'll see, which came out after in here somewhere. The chest cam would be under videos, not live. So under videos, just wanted to find this real quick. That chest cam footage shows me talking to Lisbeth in the airport, and I give the scores to the football game that happened the night before. It's a Thursday night football game between the Niners and the Rams, and I tell you the score of that game that was the day before. So it couldn't have been that we were there years earlier, or whatever you want to say. So good. I just wanted to point that out, that there is evidence that people act like we didn't chronicle this trip, which is crazy. The other thing is, let me just bring this real quick, and if I bring up let's see what you guys see here. Okay, so this is my Durance, and I told everybody ahead of time, this is not news. I said I will be chronicling the trip at t.me/Durance. So if you go through this, and you have to scroll back to find the date, because this is date, I forgot where it said the date. Anyway, you can get it to come up here, but you'll see that every time that we did anything, here's me talking. I don't even know what I'm saying here. Here's me on the airplane going to LA, I believe. But you'll see that I chronicled my whole trip. Here's us flying down there. Then I get to the point where I'm here at the airport in Buenos Aires talking to Lisbeth and Austin. This is where I first met them. And then here's us driving. Oh, so this is us in Chile. So we've arrived. We've been picked up by this van. You can actually look at where we're at. This is Chile. You can go look on Google Earth and find where we're driving here. And you can see we're here. We have all our luggage and gear. Punta Arenas. We will go live this evening. I will be adding Austin and Lisbeth as posters on this channel, so please share it wide. So we did chronicle the whole trip. You can go through this. Here's me in Punta Arenas. Watch. You'll see that I turn and I show where we are exactly in Chile. And there's Lisbeth, and there's my phone. I turn it around. There's Austin talking with Duffy. There's Jonathan Morandi on the right. So there is no question about whether or not we were in. There's the hotel that we stayed in behind us. Are you at a point that you think that this is CGI, that people are making AI videos with people and walking them like this, like those people? Those people. So my question is that it's embarrassing that people that call themselves researchers don't even know that this exists. They're like, oh, we researched TFE, and Jaren doesn't have any footage, and Jaren never has any proof that he was where he says he was. When I told everybody, hey, it's going to be here on t.me/Durance, and I chronicled the whole trip. So you can go through here. Here's us eating dinner on the first night that we got there. There's Dave sitting down there, Austin, there's Duffy, Critical Think, Tune at the very end of the table. We are having a little conversation. I said, it's like Thanksgiving dinner, lasted about 10 minutes before the argument broke out. This is as fun as shitting your pants on a date. So, that's what it was. So then we went live here. Then we just keep going. So this whole trip was chronicled. And then let's see here. This is me talking about us having to get ready to go on the plane the next day. And see, that's still in Punta Arenas. Oh, this is the video. Let me just listen to this.
We're here. We're ready to go.
You're ready to go, y'all.
Here's Saturday, December 14th.
Saturday, December 14th.
How do we know that? The 49ers lost to the Rams on Thursday, 12-6. And I wouldn't be able to know that unless it was after that date. So we are ready to board, as you can see. Antarctica. Here we come. Or here we go. Oh shoot, I don't have to get my boarding pass out.
Okay, so just showing, there's us in the Punta Arenas airport. Here's us boarding the 757 jet. You can see all of us here. Critical thing. Here we go. Duffy, Mark. There's all of us. Like, these things cannot be faked. Like, this is not the moon landing where you're like, oh, there's one video footage and that's it. And all of us are filming each other. It's like kind of prohibitively impossible. Here's us getting on the plane. There's the empty plane. We take off. There's the beautiful ice as we fly in there. Here's us landing. Oh, that's us on the what do they call it? The scenic route. Here's us at, there's a nice video of the camp. Oops, no, we don't need to watch that one. And then we've got us arriving. Here's us flying out. So anyway, there's this screenshot from my time lapse. There's the Wi-Fi code, so now you have it, so you can steal your Wi-Fi if you want. Anyway, the fact is that this trip did happen, and there's plenty of evidence that anybody should be able to look at and say, okay, the trip happened, they were there. And then from there, you can come up with whatever ideas you want about why the sun was there. You can be like Dave Weiss and pretend that we can plasma blast of laser suns in the sky. And when it's supposed to be dark there, remember? I mean, that would be the flat Earth position. It got dark, but we didn't. So anyway, I just want to know, are you saying then that this footage that I've taken is all fake? Or is this not the ice? I mean, where do you see this anywhere else besides? I've never seen it in my life, and I've flown a lot of places. Never seen sea ice like that. We were definitely going south. We had our compasses out. It was going dead south. Somebody else made a comment about that saying, oh, you couldn't be going south because the South Magnetic Pole isn't where the South Pole is. Yeah, but if you go look at a map, when you're flying from South America to Union Glacier, the South Pole is behind Union Glacier. It's in the water south of Australia, but it is in a south direction. So if your compass says you're going south, that is correct. Okay, we weren't trying to fly towards the South Pole. That's not where Union Glacier is. Here's some beautiful mountains here. Looking out the window, again, you would have to assume then that this is fake. I didn't go there, according to you. So this is a sphere in Las Vegas, I guess, out the window somehow. So anyway, you can just go through this if you want, and that's still available. T.me/Durance. It's up there. It's now been changed over to me ranting a lot, but this is all still here. Here's us at the camp. Here's us when we got there. Back on the plane. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to show because I don't really get any more. I can understand when we first got back, people had questions. I get that. But then after that, once there's all this evidence starts coming out and you can see that we were there clearly, you've got Duffy who has a 24-hour video. I mean, you guys act like we didn't do anything there, or that nothing was impressive when we live streamed there. Find another person live streaming from Antarctica. I live streamed every day when I was there in Antarctica. So go find me one person that does that. So we did do a lot. And I do think it was important that we went there. You said, why did you go there? You could have just called somebody. You guys don't even believe us when we went there. So do you think you'd believe us if we said, hey, we called down there and some guy filmed it for us? You would never believe that. So here's the problem with conspiracy theorists, in my opinion now, is that you've already got the decision in your mind. You already think you know the truth. And so any bit of evidence to you is evidence to use however you want. You can just twist it to mean whatever. So at that point, you should just recognize that you will forever be a flat earther. Because how could something happen that would change your mind? It can't, because you would just assume it's fake. If you already think it can't be, there can't be a South Pole, then anything else would be the same thing, right? Any proof that would prove the globe, you're going to deny and just say is fake or is fabricated, right?
Right. That is what he did, essentially.
He nailed it. He nailed him at the end right there.
Yeah. He really did. Yeah. I mean, when you look at the quantity of stuff that they've got, it's just absurd to say they didn't go, isn't it? Just beyond ridiculous. Because they could have just said, "Oh, we weren't allowed." They could have just said we weren't allowed to film on the aeroplane or in the airport. It's chilly. They're really mean there, and that. And there wouldn't have been any video of it then, would there? I mean, if they were faking it, you could make up all sorts of stories. So half of this stuff didn't have to exist.
But Jem, why did they just have one long, non-stop recording the entire time? Like, even when they were in the bathroom, they should have recorded
everything. He kind of
everything.
did. That chest cam he had was kind of doing that.
Yeah, but he turned it off.
I don't know whether he did he? I know there's a lot of footage from it.
I don't know if you followed the rest of that discussion to its totality or
Yeah,
conclusion.
I've got more clips to come. So
okay, then I'll stop.
Yeah. Right, what's next? Okay, into the meat and potatoes now, and this is Sam's best evidence that the trip was faked.
Go ahead. No problem. Okay, check it out. First of all, there are lots of glitches in your reasoning as well. And
Am
I'll
I
tell
reasoning?
you which ones. Yeah, in the fact you're using speed, using quantity, and you can probably convince people, that don't have the time to hear everything you say and to check everything you show. But when we take the time, to reason, because you have to know something, that flat earthers are not stupid. Don't make that mistake. Because flat earthers are acute people. They are straight people. I'm talking about like true flat earthers, right? Not fake ones, of course. So at my experience, they are smart people, intelligent people, acute people, thinkers, investigators, and fair. They know how to be fair. They know how to recognize when they're wrong. And I've done that experience already with them. So the thing is that, in what you just said, there are a few problems. First of all, because you can show us, films like footage that look genuine, that look real. I don't have nothing to say about this footage. But then you jump into the conclusion, because this footage look real, then we saw 24 hours in Antarctica, and that was stupid to, even think that you were never there. But wait, just a second. You're jumping too fast. you prove the point. This footage is okay. Now I can show you other footage of the TFE, trip that are proving, very clearly that it couldn't happen. Because if you believe that in Antarctica there are straight lines in the skies with right angles, that mountains tremble, so yes, of course, then you can believe you were there. But did you see any mountains tremble? Did you see all these anomalies?
Say there's nowhere in reality do you have straight lines in the sky. And I'm assuming you're referring to, in the YouTube video, there's that stitch line, isn't there, that looks like a corner in the sky, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you say that's an anomaly that points towards TFE being faked, yeah?
Yes, one of them, of course.
Okay. Yeah, so that is stating that the way that YouTube projects a 360 video, because a video's not actually 300, it isn't like a sphere. It's a equirectangular video that's stretched to see all 360 degrees, and the way that YouTube projects it is it projects it onto a cube map. So it takes that equirectangular video and then it lays it out on a cube map. So the videos that you watch on YouTube are being projected as a cube.
By showing me the demonstration that what we saw in your footage, when we zoomed on it, we saw that line, that straight line. I can play it if you want. That you're trying to convince me or us that it is because of some technical, issues or ways that YouTube works with, like, that it happened. So I'm telling you, like, straight, come on, Dave. Do you really think we can believe that? If you think we can believe that, of course you think we're stupid. How can we believe that what we see in your footage is come from YouTube? Come on.
Yes.
When you see the sun between Maktoon's face and the camera, and when you see that other guy, I don't know his name, who puts his hand like this, and you see the sun in front of his hand, covering entire his hand. So how do you explain that? It's a 360 camera effect?
No. Sam, where this bothers me is that when you go around saying that flat earthers are smart and that they're good researchers, and then this is as simple as you going outside your house with a camera. That's how simple it is to prove this wrong. You haven't done that yet. I know for a fact you haven't done it, or else you wouldn't be here repeating garbage. So I'm just telling you.
Well, this is your opinion.
It's not my opinion. It's a fact. I'll show you.
I'm hearing you.
It's a fact that if you go out in your front yard with a camera and go look at the sun pass behind a telephone pole, that you'll see that. So it's not my opinion. That if you can go see it, then that's not my opinion. So you think there that his head is blocking the sun?
No, the sun is blocking his head, which is much more difficult.
No, I mean, the strange thing here is that I'm asking you, Play it as a video again so we can see him walk in front of it. I mean, he's not even blocking it. Okay. So let me just show you, because his head is significantly lower there. Okay, so this is footage I did in my front yard. Look at that. Let me go back here and press play up. There we go. So as you see here, watch as this pole. Watch the sun. Watch the sun. Okay, so are you surprised that the sun is in front of that light pole? Is this shocking to you?
At first, yes.
Okay, so you need to go outside with a frickin' camera, Sam,
Well,
and go observe
just
the fucking
finish
world.
Finish that video. Just don't stop in the middle.
Okay.
Oh, what happened there?
Yeah, because it was
What
blocked.
happened?
It was blocked.
Oh, I understand that.
Okay, so
you're
hold on.
saying that
Show it,
The
Jonathan.
sun can appear in the beginning.
Show
but
it,
then
Jonathan.
disappears.
Show
But
Jonathan.
That's not the case.
Show Jonathan right now on your screen there. He doesn't ever block the sun.
Well, I don't talk about this. I talk about that video. You just stopped it where the sun, of course, with a big light, is going to start, hiding.
That's
what's
what you're
behind.
doing. That's
But
what you're
then
showing.
It's going to disappear.
Hold on. You're showing the one part.
okay.
You're showing the one part where Toon walks in front of it like that. You guys are pausing it and showing that it's in front of him.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Sam. Okay,
Go ahead, Dave.
let's change tact here then. Okay, so you're saying that that's fake. That's proof it's fake.
I
That it's
don't say
not
it.
the sun.
The footage says it, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the sun or the fake sun, but something is fake. You see, a normal picture, we've seen normal movies and pictures, the sun doesn't stay in front of you. In North Korea, you can explain that, but here it's going to be difficult for you to make us believe that.
Sam, so
Come on, Dave, come on.
do you see the screen here? Oh, wait,
Yes.
You do. Okay, so you see the light is blocking the house.
Again, it's a picture.
No,
problem.
it's not
At some
a. It's
point
not
you
a
can put
picture.
the
It's a
sun
fucking
wherever you
video,
want.
dude. It's a video. I just paused it. Can I not pause it?
Yeah.
It doesn't become
And
a
then
picture.
What happened?
What
And
do you
then
mean?
what happened?
So isn't this enough to realize that if that was Toon's head, that Toon's head would be behind the sun?
No. It will be enough if you keep on filming and the entire sun was blocking the entire house. This would
What?
be enough.
The
But it's
entire
not
so
enough.
the entire sun blocks his entire body. Show me
Well,
that video.
Well, can't you see that, Toon's
No,
face
here's
is
what I have a problem
slowly
with.
disappearing?
You just got done telling us. Hold on, Sam. You just got done telling us in your intro that flat earthers admit when they're wrong. Okay, that's what you said.
Exactly.
So you're wrong about this, and you're just not
No,
going to
I'm
admit
not.
it. What do you mean you're not wrong?
How can I'm wrong?
So
You're showing me something
every
that is
single
not-
person in the chat will say that you're wrong. Every single person.
All right, Jared.
Yeah, go ahead.
No problem. No
All
problem.
right.
So this is good anyways because you can,
Well,
it can show people.
I expected
how
you to
we
be.
think and how we do things.
No, it's not how we think. I expected you to be more truthful, kind of like the conversation that we had.
He's unbelievable, isn't he? I mean, nothing in response. Just, you expect us to believe that? Come on. The flat earther favourite argument. Come on.
Flat earthers apparently know how to recognise when they are wrong. I mean, what?
I know.
for fuck's sakes.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. The arrogance of the guy. Sorry, go on.
No, I mean, it's someone saying, you didn't go there.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's such a ridiculous position to take, isn't it? But of course, the alternative for them is even more ridiculous positions, like Weiss's, as Jaron said, where he's saying that they used a ring of lasers to produce a fake sun in the sky. I mean, you know what I mean? If you don't say, they just didn't go, then you've got to explain the bloody sun, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm curious. Has Jiren also changed his position on the moon landing now, seeing how people make up ridiculous information about trips and don't research very well?
I don't know how that finished up, because he did do it like a long, 5-hour live stream with Dave McKeegan, where Dave McKeegan was showing him evidence for the moon landing, I believe. So I don't know what happened with that.
Apparently he has. Apparently, I'm not so sure if this is true, but one of the flatties I spoke to said that he's completely gone. The moon landings happened, but I can't confirm that for definite.
Right.
But and a lot of flatters go, how can he have possibly switched his position and everything? That's his worldview's changed. If your worldview changes, then you'll reevaluate everything. In the same way as people who say to you, "Oh, I found God and my understanding of everything, my perception on everything." Well, that's because that's what a worldview change does.
Right, and if you believed you were being lied to about something as enormous as the shape of the Earth, you know, it is going to change your view of everything, isn't it? If you find out, well, actually, that wasn't a lie; they were telling the truth. Well, you know, that is going to rock your world, I think.
Sure, and I find it ironic that they say that. They say, how is it he's been to Antarctica and everything's changed? Well, these are the same people that say to you, oh, I was a glober, I love science, and I found flat Earth and everything changed. Well, fucking make your mind up.
Right. Yeah, that's
You understand
true,
the,
isn't it?
you understand the notion of everything changing because your worldview changes or not?
Okay, our final clip from this debate now, and Vlad from the inexplicably named channel Ironworks 92000 has a point to make. And remember, when you are bullshitting hard for Flat Earth, it's important to constantly remind everyone that you are just being honest.
You know, first off, thanks for having me on. I'm not going to get all the way knee deep into this whole Antarctica thing. Jared, we just want to see your tickets. We just want to see your tickets from, I think you flew from California to
You saw me burn it.
Hold on. If you could produce tickets, all right? I'm not going to go talk about all of this anomaly and stuff. I just want to see your tickets to Antarctica, not Punta Arenas, not anywhere in between, not McDonald's, no Uber or nothing like that. No, McKeegan, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Jaren. We saw whatever it is you produced, you had no problem. And here's the thing. The reason we're coming across this sticking point right now, and I'd like for you to understand this, is because you can't do the small things. If we're sitting here denying the fact that, or the claim that you guys make that you went to Antarctica, all you needed to do from day one was just present to us the ticket. That would make a lot of things more difficult.
So dumb.
I'm serious.
Okay,
hey,
Vlad.
listen, McKeegan.
You don't think that's easier to fake than all the fucking video footage? Give me a break.
You think, no.
one question,
You think
Vlad.
it's easy to fake some tickets? Then go ahead, produce me some fake tickets, please.
Okay.
And make sure it's
No.
serialized as well. And at the same time,
Vlad.
please produce.
There's no
hold on,
plane
McKeegan.
tickets.
McKeegan, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Jaren.
Yeah, we
McKeegan,
didn't.
not you. McKeegan, I said Jaren.
But what do you expect us
can
to have? So you
produce
think
all
we have
day.
a plane
We're
ticket?
asking about Jaren.
I'm asking you a question.
Jaren, we're asking about
I'm asking
you.
you a question. Do you think
Yes.
we should have a plane ticket from Punta Arenas to Antarctica? You think they handed us plane tickets? That's how we got on the plane? Is that how you think
Do
it
you
works?
not have an itinerary, Jaren?
Yeah, we have an itinerary. I'm
Can
asking
we see
you.
it, Jaren?
Sure, I'll bring it up for you.
Makes sense. Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that along with hold on, because I want to be truthful with you, Dave. Okay. That along with your itinerary, okay? Because here's the thing, all right? Anytime you fly anywhere, anytime you're boarding yourself anywhere, on a boat, on a plane, on a goat, it don't matter, right? You're part of a manifest. You're part of a list. You are serialized. That's one of the easiest things that you should be able to produce, right? And
Okay.
then it's a receipt, kind of like you just presented a receipt of purchase and travel or whatever it is you did. You showed that, hey, I went. Now listen, Dave, I'm not asking for your stuff. I'm asking for Jaren's stuff. The
Vlad,
same way. hold
I'm
on,
not
the
offering
same
you
way
my
we
stuff.
asked-
I haven't
No,
answered. I haven't
you
answered.
just-
I
you just showed-
haven't answered
no,
the
I'm
question.
saying-
Yeah, I haven't
I'm
answered the
saying,
question
McKeegan,
yet.
McKeegan, I'm saying you showed your stuff already.
Is this not
I'm
is this
asking
not good enough?
about
Here, look at
Jaren's.
this. Hi, Jaren. Please find all purchase details below. The next few days, we will send you all the information you need to travel. Here's your travel itinerary. December 10th, I left San Jose, just like my fucking ticket says when I burn it with the microscope. Here's LA. Went to Santiago, Chile. Went to Punta Arenas. Came from Punta Arenas on the 20th.
Wait. Let me see. Punta Arenas, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Then I went
This
from
is not this is not your itinerary. This is what you find before you buy a ticket. This is the itinerary.
No, it's not,
of the flight
dipshit.
of
It
the
says
ticket.
right here, this is your trip to Punta Arenas. It's ready. You're done. Here's your order
Okay,
number.
so
Here's your
where's-
reservation
no,
code.
so-
Shut up,
okay,
Sam.
So
But
where's your
it
ticket
doesn't mean
to
you went
the-
there. You
Where's
can
the
buy it
rest
and just
of the
not
leg
go.
of the trip?
So I'm telling
Where's
you,
the rest of the
that's
leg
why
of
I
the
asked
trip?
you. I said that when you get to Punta Arenas, then you're taken by ALE. You're part of ALE when you go to Antarctica. It's not like a normal, we don't have any passport things we have to do. They didn't check my luggage. I took a fucking joint there. Okay, they didn't check my luggage.
So there's no way that you can produce other than a T-shirt.
What do you mean? I have
Well, a
footage of
t-shirt.
me on the airplane, getting on the airplane, flying on the airplane,
Man,
landing
look,
in Antarctica.
Jaren, we need that receipt, bro. We need
Right.
that receipt.
Vlad.
And I'm gonna leave it at that. I
Wait, so hold on,
appreciate
let
you
me
guys
ask
having me.
let me ask
Thank you
Dave real
very
quick.
much.
Dave, do you remember
You
what
guys
were you
have a
given?
good day, man.
Hold on.
Appreciate
Let me
you.
ask Dave
Good
what we were
luck.
given.
And you know what?
Stop
Everything
running
that
off.
you asked for, but
Stop
no.
running off.
Let me
Oh,
tell
he's
you.
gonna run.
Stop running off. I asked for one
Nothing's
question.
ever good enough.
What's the
I've
question?
not even been able to, and I've not even been allowed to ask you the
I
question.
apologize. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead, please.
Right. So, all this talk, this big sticking point, the ticket is the one thing, and by both of your own words, we should have thought about this before. So, my question is, why did neither of you, for the how many videos did Will put out beforehand, asking for suggestions from people as to how to make the experiment better and easier and more provable, why did neither of you think to message Will or put a comment to any of the people you knew were going saying, make sure you keep your plane tickets, make sure you show us your receipts, make sure you show us your passport
I'll be
stamps and
honest,
your itinerary?
Dave, I'll be honest with you. We thought, at least I thought, that this was going to be easy and honest, that you guys would go there and prove whatever you proved. I'm just
Right.
being honest, right? But when
Makes
you
sense.
came back, hey, listen, you asked me a question and I'm giving you an honest answer, okay? When you guys came back, I had the gumption, I had the thought in my mind to say, hey, just give us some tickets. That's it. I was like, hey, and here's the reason
They
why.
don't even issue plane tickets anymore.
Dave, listen, would you, Jaron, listen, please. All you needed to do at that point was give us the tickets. Then we can further the discussion that you faked this, you did that, because apparently you guys went somewhere, right? That's in my mind. Now, I'm not speaking for all flat earthers. I'm speaking for Vladimir over here, okay? And I'm being honest with you. I'm being sincere, okay? Here's my thing. I didn't come up thinking that you guys would fake or do any of this shit when you guys said that you were going to go there, okay? I didn't. Why would I think that? Because you guys paid a lot of money to do all kinds of stuff. I didn't think that it would get to this fucking point. I really didn't. I'm being honest with you. You've got this
Neither did I.
puzzled look on your face like, what's he talking about? I'm giving you the truth. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? So now we've gotten to the point to where you've had over 200 freaking days. Sure, you presented tickets a few times. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Witsit hasn't produced tickets. Jaron has produced tickets from California to Punta Arenas, and then from Punta Arenas, now it's a big question mark, because there are people that can produce tickets from Punta Arenas going to Antarctica, Union Glacier specifically. We haven't seen any of that, and right there, I'm going to go ahead and land my plane. Please continue. Go ahead.
So I've
Ask away.
got messages from, remember Katie? What was her name? Katie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got all the WhatsApp messages from her, but weren't we sent our boarding pass to Antarctica somehow on our phones or something? I don't remember.
I can't remember. I know I kept mine because, again, this is the thing.
So what do you have? You have something saying...
Vlad, let me take your logic here and just you're going with the notion of you thought we were going to go and just film all of this and we were going to go to Antarctica. So you didn't think to question beforehand and suggest to us that we should keep all of this other stuff as souvenirs to prove everything?
Listen, Mickey, is that the end of your question? And you want me to answer?
No, that is not the end of my question. You butted in before I could finish.
Okay,
I'm just
go ahead,
reaffirming what your logic is so that you can now appreciate the reverse of that, which is we were there. We went to Antarctica. We saw it all. So, and then most people just discarded most of the things we got given.
Why is my question? Is why? That's because it's you know why I'm asking is why? It's because it's Antarctica. Not everybody could go to these places. I'm just being I'm just being honest with you. That's why I wouldn't have thought that you guys would have thrown it away, because to me that's a keepsake. To me, that's something that you brag to everybody. Hey, by the way, look at this. Hey, listen, I went to damn Oregon, right? You know what? I kept the fucking ticket so I could be like, hey guys, this is where I was. And on top of that, even if I didn't have a paper ticket, I have a digital one. But still, the first time I went to freaking Japan, got a ticket. The first time I went to Thailand, guess what? Kept the ticket. First time I went to where you at? I'm assuming you're in the UK. Guess what I did? I kept the motherfucking ticket. And this was back in 1997.
Where they were still handing out paper
my thing
tickets,
is, if
right?
you go into one of the most remote places in the world, Antarctica, okay? I'm assuming, and it's my fault for assuming, I will admit that, Okay, I assumed that you guys would keep the paper tickets. Apparently, you have.
God damn, that guy's annoying, don't you think?
They should have kept
Oh my god, he's one of the most annoying people I've ever come across in the flat Earth. I've had run-ins with him before.
Not as
He's
annoying as me,
read
though.
my He's read my email on his show, and I've emailed him a few times. I sent him Toon's ticket, and it still wasn't good enough because Michael had redacted his name or covered it up because he didn't want his personal information out there.
Right.
It wasn't good enough for this guy. Even when Dave tried to show him his ticket, no, I don't want yours. I want Jaren's.
Yeah,
Like,
which is just ludicrous logic. Because what you're saying is, if you show me the ticket, then I'll believe something at least. I'll at least believe that you went there. Here's a guy showing you his ticket. You have to now believe that he went there. But at the same time as he went there, he filmed load of footage where he stood next to Jaren and talking to Jaren and interacting with Jaren and on the same live streams as Jaren. So if you believe that the ticket is valid enough to say, oh well, they went there, how can Jaren not have also gone there? And he goes, I'm just being honest, right? I'm just being sincere. No, you're fucking not. You've come up with something. You managed to hit on something. And then you're just going to go with this one ridiculous thing. And as Jaren pointed out, you know, it showed all that footage. Well, no, that's not good enough. What I need is a ticket. I mean, a fucking 10-year-old could fake a plane ticket, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they know Jaren did damage to his ticket, and that's why they're asking for it, because I don't think Jaren has it anymore. He burnt it with a magnifying glass to prove that the sun was real.
Right.
He does sound like an overzealous an overzealous worker in an expenses department for a corporate company. Unless I got the ticket, I'm sorry, I can't. You know.
Right.
How many-
I can't process this?
Yeah.
How many guys have you guys had come out with like telescopes and do shit like that and still be kind of like argued with? Like, do you guys get to do that a lot?
When it comes to that, you need a ticket, and this ticket doesn't work, but you need this other ticket and this specific ticket. You're coping. At this point, the guy is coping and looking for any little issue to call it fake.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly true.
I agree.
Any obstacle. Where's your in-flight magazine on the LA Airways?
Right.
Have you
And
got
if
a sick
Jaren had
bag?
What about
if Jaren had his ticket, he would have found. If Jared found his ticket, he would have found another problem that he had, something minor, you know.
It would have moved the goalpost. The guy sounds like Jerry Maguire. Show me the tickets. Like, Jesus, it's sad that a grown man is doing this. And by the way, he pumps gas for a living. If anybody wanted to, not that I'm shitting on a job's a job. But there you go.
But there was a little bit when it all happened. There was a bit. Well, they haven't gone down there. They've gone to the north. That was doing the rounds for a bit until someone said, "Well, it's dark in the north right now."
Right. Yeah.
Right.
But then it stopped.
Right, and they got on the airplane in Punta Arenas and flew to Greenland in 4 hours, right, in a supersonic 757.
But it was dark there. But then there was the vaping. Then there was the snow that didn't show you footprints. Then there was Then there was all the memes about Whitsitt, and and his face got the face of a woman, and just a barrage of nonsense unfolding over nonsense, and it still hasn't gone away.
Did Jaren say
there was one of them that proposed that they teleported the airplanes into a studio. Teleported.
A studio, right.
There was one flat earther that said that.
Yeah.
And the sun simulator.
Joint with him?
He what?
Did he say that he took a joint to?
Yeah, he did.
Antarctica?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He did say that.
Oh, a joint in Antarctica. Damn.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? He's probably like one of the first few thousand people to smoke joints in Antarctica still.
Why are you saying thousands?
Now I kind of want to go and be one of the first, like.
Come
yeah,
on,
so do I. Yeah,
there are hundreds of people who go down there who know they're going to be down there for 6 months in the dark and they can't get back. Do you think he's the first person to take a joint?
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah, but like, can you imagine being on one of those things and your boss would crucify your ass if he found he found you with weed?
And it's not like you can nip outside and smoke it in the winter, right? I mean,
That's a good point. Can you?
I feel like, the cold air would make
That's
it
a
like
good question.
smell not so bad.
Die if you
Like,
go
as long as you don't smoke
outside.
it inside, you're probably, it's like, I would actually say that the buildings, the way that they're made, is they're very airtight. So if you just smoke it right outside, they probably couldn't smell it.
But to be honest, I didn't even realize we were doing flights like that to Antarctica right now. Like, I didn't know people could just go there.
I think they're the only company that do it.
When they landed,
Oh, wow.
When they landed and disembarked, what got on the plane was a load of blokes who'd done a half marathon on the ice who went home.
It's just so crazy, this, anyway. Anyway, let's move on. We've still got stuff to get through. The Oakley book theft saga continues. And this week, Nathan uploaded a 3-hour rant where he droned on and on and on about it. Here is 10 minutes of it.
And I'm explaining that I could publish it at any point. In other words, over the course of the last 2 years, there's been a ready-to-publish book at all points. But I've held it back because Adam and QE want to help me make it better. So it's not getting published today because I've got friends that want to make it a better book. And that's what I'm explaining to the audience. And I'm sat there listening to this myself. I'm going, number one, why do I sound so weird? And then right at the end of the show, I'm explaining that I'm on an absolute crap ton of painkillers. Now, I am still on a crap ton of medicine, but by the time you get used to it, you don't slur your words, you don't sound like a drunk or a drug addict once you've got used to the drugs and kept them in your system. I'm still just as poorly, but back then it was fresh and new, and I was, going in and out. Still am going in and out of the doctors and hospitals. My point is that while I'm explaining that there's a book ready, and at all points during the process, it could have just been published after any of the drafts. Not in a million years did I think I'd be sitting in front of an audience and explaining that two of my alleged to be closest friends who had claimed they were helping me would actually withhold the book from me and cost me time and money. But that's the circumstances, so if QE's getting berated for that, so he should. He's got on the phone with me, demanded percentages, demanded money, and demanded basically ownership of what is mine after offering help. Well, no, they're liars, both of them. Adam is a scumbag and a degenerate liar because he's told me, as you've seen from the clips that I'm publishing, that he's helping me with my book. There's no uncertain terms about whose book's being produced and who's helping me produce the book. Well, they've turned around and gone, no, we want your book to be our book. And I've said, no. So they said, well, we're keeping it then. What, the Word document? Oh, right. Well, fortunately for me, although I never anticipated it would be the scumbag friends, so-called, that I'd have to protect myself against by recording all of the sessions and publishing them periodically to members. So in case anybody's wondering, why is it that there's an alleged leaked version out there? That's because I periodically published the work process to members. So should anybody use any of that material that was produced under my guidance, they'll be sued for plagiarism. And I've got dates to prove when it's published on my channel with my supervision. So make no mistakes, the material's all mine. Now, do I have a Word document? No. So what I have done, as I've had no choice, is report Adam the thieving bastard to the police for stealing my book and trying to extort from me after the fact. That's what I've had to do. Make no mistake about it, these two men are thieves. And they are trying to extort me. So when they say it's his fault, we'd give it him back if he only gave us what we want. What you want is inconsequential, you offered help. You thieving bastards. I hope you both burn in hell. Why do they think it's theirs? Well, because according to them, I didn't put much effort in while I was recording and supervising the entire process. Well, they're right. That's because Quantum Eraser's words put down on page are boring, dry as a nun's fanny, and will require massive amounts of work to actually make readable. Littered with links when it's a book. So yeah, I was finding it intensely boring while they were helping me with my book that they've stolen, the 5th draft of, setting me back a considerable amount of time, costing me a considerable amount of money. But why wasn't I engaged? Because it was Snoozeville boring as all hell. That's why. Well, I can alter that. I can inject the Nathan Oakley magic back into the 6th draft after I retain control of the 5th draft that they're retaining a Word document for. The thieving, scum, lying, degenerate bastards, the pair of them. The 6th draft, when I'm happy with it, not when it's got the boring Snoozeville endless links talking about Mae West. Once that shite has been removed from my book, then it'll be published. But what I was led to believe by these two scheming, thieving bastards was they would help make the book more technically superior. That's what they offered. But once they'd done it, they decided it was theirs. Wrong. You've just gone down in history as thieving pariahs. That's all you've achieved, you thieving, degenerate scumbags.
Well, just for a heads up, they're going to turn around and say that they were going to waive any rights to any money. So,
so they're going to lie even
that.
more. No, let's get that absolutely straight. Quantum Eraser came on the phone and demanded percentages. Lying bastards.
So you mean to tell me he got emotional on the phone first? Because the message he sent me was he tried to talk to you, but you got emotional and hung up. When it was him that got emotional?
He started swearing at me.
Interesting.
He started swearing at me and demanding a percentage and co-authorship. And when I said no, he got very angry. I wrote the fucking book, were his words, so I hung up on him. That's how it actually went down. Now, notice how I can say that without stuttering because I'm not a lying, thieving, scheming bastard.
Yeah, no worries. Adam said to me, he said two things. He said, because he said I've been friends with Nathan for so many years, I would like him to actually go and get legal advice.
Like, what was that? I've made it a legal issue? Did you hear me being told explicitly by Brian via Adam's own lips, according to Brian? Unless Brian's a liar, I'm being told go and get legal advice by Adam. What's that? I've made it legal? These people are such degenerate scumbags, aren't they? Wow. So, having discussed it with 10th Man, what I'm going to do now is just read out what he and I discussed together. From 10th Man, it's always been your book. I started this whole project for you and your family's well-being, to bring a new source of income to help you get along. I'm very saddened by it all. Nathan, stay true to the truth. And this too shall pass. I got your back. It's easy to tell the truth. Cheers, 10th. That's 10th's message to me. Now, the reply is pretty lengthy, so strap in. God has looked out for me, and I feel I'm on a path he has put me on. It's not an easy path, and it's definitely not paved with riches, but it's the path I need to be on, and God has shown me in the past similar circumstances that being honest is the right way to go. I will always be grateful for that guidance from God, and in this instance reinforced by you, meaning 10th Man. I have thanked God just before writing this, because when good people keep me on that narrow path, even when it goes through a shady route with temptation to lie, cheat, like the people, open brackets, John and Adam, who lie and cheat to get one over on me, God has been there the whole time answering my prayers and giving me little gifts. That is reference to the people who actually support me. When I say little gifts, I mean the people who support me financially. Sorry to paraphrase my message already. What they called their, quote, swan song meant that they wanted to walk away from FE but leave their mark on my book as they walked away. Just to be clear, Brian's under the apprehension that none of you guys are helping me. I'll just read out this little excerpt. Because of your position, you have a lot of yes men around you, and I understand that they're being loyal to you, but they're not helping you and can't help you in this situation if that's going to be their only input. Cheering you on is not going to win a court case for you. Get that advice. That would be the advice Adam told me to get. And be wise about this. You may not like the tone of my text, but at least I'm being honest with you. And in my opinion, for what it's worth, you're going to need right now.
I'm thinking about it not in a relationship kind of way, but in a business kind of way. Would it be better if they were partners that will actually help and actually create a bigger business for you? That's my question.
How are they going to do that? Right,
No,
Adam,
in other words,
Adam who? How do you spell his surname?
Say that again?
How do you spell Adam's surname?
Like I said, Adam. Yeah, I can see what you're saying about Adam.
How do you spell his
But,
surname?
I mean,
My question is, how do you spell his surname? What is his surname?
Meekin? Adam Meekin? Isn't it Meekin?
How'd you spell it?
Mickan?
Wrong. So you don't even know how to spell his surname. He's a fucking nobody. You think he's going to help me promote my book? He's a fucking nobody. You can't even know. You don't even know how to spell his name. Now, I'm literally having to pay my wife to transcribe the work from the videos that I recorded so that they couldn't be in a position to fuck me over and demand these things. Like I'd have nothing unless I agreed. Now, that's not the case, though, is it? I can tell him to suck on my fucking bollocks. Because I haven't got nothing. I've recorded all the sessions and now I'm transcribing them at my financial detriment. So you're saying maybe they could help me out financially? They're costing me fucking money.
Oh, we're back. Yes. I've got a couple of super chats. Where was the first one gone? The great Gertrude Perkins says, Nathan Oakley's misery gladdens my little black heart. Ain't that the truth? Thank you very much for that, the great Gertrude Perkins. Work Through says, here's a gift from God, Gem. What a skinflint. Thank you very much for that. And Real Harnold says, the QE Adam Oakley rift is utterly hilarious. Hot flurf on flurf action. Thank you all very much for those super chats. Very much appreciated. And if you are enjoying the show, you can support it by doing the same thing, super chatting it. Or if you click the link in the description, you can go straight to my PayPal and send me all of your money instead of giving some of it to Google. But anyway, you don't have to do any of those things, but if you do, I will love you forever. Right.
Arnold made one of the best AI videos I've ever seen, and it's about Nathan
You Love Me
Oakley.
Forever, Jim
About a
Panda?
4-minute song. Really, really well done.
Cool.
That note that Nathan wrote, man, I thought he was writing a suicide letter to start. Gee.
But the whole, God has put me on a path and all of this, who's he trying to kid?
So withholding his book. Do I have a Word document? No. What the fuck's going on?
Isn't it great? Isn't it?
How does this
great?
make any sense? Oh, they've got the 5th draft. Well, haven't you got the 4th?
Right. Well, he has, and I think he's working from. He has got some stuff already, and then he's working from recordings of these sessions they did, where they, discussed what to write, and then eventually concluded what the next sentence was going to be, sort of thing. So his missus has got to go through all of those to rebuild the bit that's missing, but eventually, though, he's going to get it done, isn't he? So.
Yeah.
If any of this is true, but I'm still not convinced this isn't a publicity stunt.
There's something going on there. I mean, the idea that he's shocked that Quantum Eraser is a shameless huckster who just do anything to keep his revenue stream going.
Right.
I mean, I forgot to say, Gem. Yesterday, QE Quantum Eraser's live stream was a walk down memory lane, Numpty Road, an interview with Gem Panda.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. What do you know what it was from? I didn't bother to watch it because I knew it would just make me mad.
No, I didn't see it, but judging from, I should imagine I've not heard any of this before, so I should imagine there's at least 400 AD. This was actually first published. I mean, right. I don't know. I didn't get to see it, but it did make me laugh that he's really, really dredging now. The shrimp harvest is over, and he's taking the shit off the bottom of the seabed, isn't he?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. He's probably thinking about. He wants to keep money rolling in and, needs a way to do it. He's probably desperate.
And who'd have thought that these people would be bickering over money? This comes as a complete surprise to us all.
Right. But I don't know. I mean, they're talking about this legal thing. But, when Oakley, it wasn't included there, but when Oakley was talking about it, he talked about when he was going on about how boring it was and all of this. There was some mention of, while they were doing one of these sessions, him and his missus went out for a curry, and he went off and played video games and stuff like that. So I think when Quantum Eraser says he wrote the book, I think that they probably did do quite a lot of the stuff they were supposed to be doing, which was the technical stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know whether it's not true to say he wrote the book, but I think it doesn't sound like Oakley was putting a lot of effort into this aspect of it.
Right.
But,
You got another super chat.
But why would he if they're saying, well, we'll do the technical stuff? Yes, the super chat. Why can't I read who it's from? This is annoying.
Real Harnold.
Oh, is it from Real Harnold? Oh, thank you, Real Harnold, again. For some reason, it's only showing me at. Anyway, Real Harnold says Ranty did a video about it with more detail. Well, I wonder what detail there is. I'm not really coming across much more detail than what I've shown, And I think a lot of what I just showed there, I was trying to show the little bits and pieces we hadn't heard before, but a lot of it was just what we'd heard before, wasn't it? I have to admit.
Well, when this book does come out, let's all hope it's at least 3-ply and soft and absorbent.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. As I said earlier, am I on the right one? Yes. As I said earlier, the final experiment continues to create ructions across the flat Earth community, fueled by the ridiculous, dishonest and flawed reasoning of the flatties. Here is Witsit talking to Vika Draziv about it. Oh, did that work? Oh gosh, what am I doing? There it is.
It's like, I never wanted to go to TFE. Jaron breathed life into it, brought my name up. But once I realized it was going to be a thing and flat earthers were going to go, it's like, oh, so if they're going to try to set us up, it's better that someone go that's going to actually be able to hold it down. Imagine if I didn't go to TFE and they just got someone else that flipped. Then they'd be able to run the narrative that all the flat earthers went and debunked themselves and they all flipped and they're all Globers now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I agreed to do that. Not to mention, I wanted to go see it for myself if it was real. And that's why I agreed to do the Shiva thing. So you can see why that would piss me off if I'm trying to do it for the community, where it's like, this obviously sucks for me and it's inconvenient, but I'm trying to do it just so we have someone that's real deal from the community and going to represent us. That's a part of it, instead of it just being like a behind the curve 2.0 or whatever, And then Jaron totally, come on, bro. He threw us under the bus. He gets interviewed. He jumps on the stream and says exactly what they needed to take out of context. And then you notice who they put on all the mainstream articles. It wasn't me. Because what I said on the stream was that this doesn't make the Earth a globe, and it's independent of falsification of the globe, and physical empirical measurements of the surface still falsify the globe. That's what I said when they interviewed me on the stream. So then they just blocked me out of it. So anyway, there's that. I will say, stuff like this, this image that was up of exposing.
Oh yeah, but Austin, you going in place of any flat earther got you into a situation where even if though people want to believe what you are saying, it's impossible because the evidence is which was given out by the TFE team. You know very well, no one is buying it.
Oh, okay, yeah, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? When we were first going, we didn't even think we were going to have internet, And then once we get there, everyone moves the goalpost to if there's not a 24-hour live stream, then it's fake. It's like, okay, I was there, bro. We tried to do a 24-hour live stream and the freaking stream crashed. And so it was miraculous we even had internet there. So I don't know. This is another thing. Think about this. Everyone's like, oh, look, we exposed them. They're claiming I faked my breath with the vape because all this stuff, right? It's like, we caught them. We exposed them. You realize that we are the one that released the footage that was 360 HD, 30 hours long. So we gave you the video that you supposedly busted us with. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I'll be honest. I tried to answer everyone's question, barely got any sleep, answered everything anyone was saying for 2 weeks. I even hosted a debate on my own channel about whether or not I went and did something that I know I did. And it was never good enough, The goalpost kept moving. People still claimed it's fake. So I just gave up. I'm like, whatever.
Well, instead of doing all that, I asked for one of the easiest things in the universe. I figured that you guys could present the tickets. You guys could present a receipt. And even if you don't have a ticket, even if you presented a boarding pass saying that you went from Punta Serenas to Union Glaciers. And we didn't see that. Like we haven't
the whole
seen that.
thing is
Hold on. Let me finish up. We didn't see that. It's almost a year. It's almost a whole year. We're in October. We're in November right now, and we haven't seen not one. And then the thing is it's not just the paper. We want to see that combined with an online itinerary. And if you can't provide those things, you should be able to provide. If you can't provide all at the same time, you should be able to provide something online to say, hey, see this? It should come along with the serial number. Like everybody is accounted for on everything that flies, whether it's a freaking dirigible or a freaking dart. You understand? So the tickets were the easiest things in the universe. And all like for all this shit that you guys talk, we kept getting ignored. I figured that the tickets would be easy because they are easy. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think that I'm being unreasonable. And when we get to month number 8 and we're still asking for tickets, yes, I'm going to be unreasonable. Yes, I'm going to be irrational.
No one asked me for tickets, so like I can even try to look them up right now, right? But they were boarding passes on my phone. Same thing with show us the stamp in your passport. You don't have. I showed my passport, and then what happened? Everyone just moved the goalpost. It wasn't good enough. If I show the tickets, it won't be good enough. It was faked. If I show the telemetry data, it'll all be faked. I played this game for 3 weeks straight. We both know that if I do find it, it's just going to be called fake anyway. Okay. Just like
let's see it. Let's see it. Also, let's see it with it.
Okay. I said I just told you I would. I just told you I tried to do it. But here's the thing. Do you guys think I took I faked a passport? I faked a passport stamp? Are you kidding
with
me?
all due respect, Austin, it takes a lot of evidence before we conclude to proof, right? And that's just
but this is why I'm saying
I'm
I'm cool with people being skeptical of the trip or never even believing it. But what's not cool is when people are slandering me, claiming they know I lied. Because if you want to know what actually happened, like my whole life fell apart after Antarctica. I get back, instead of being like celebrated that we went and tried to like figure out the truth or whatever, we're like, oh, we're Satanists. We deceived the world. We sold our soul. I'm getting like both bank accounts hacked. I'm getting death threats. I'm getting doxxed. I'm getting pictures of my kids. Like it was insane what happened after there, and half of it was coming from flat earthers. So it's
I believe you.
Okay, but this whole narrative that like, oh, it was all fine and dandy. I got cut a check to do it. None of that happened. I was the only one that stood 10 toes down, went and came back and said, okay, that's just a celestial observation, doesn't prove the globe, right? And I'm the one that got buried the most. So it was like, if I didn't go, you would have had Jaron, someone no one knew from Clubhouse named Lise, and then who else? Plug in some random person that would flip too. And then what do they have? They have a documentary with 3 flat earthers that all flip to the globe. Now they don't get to do that. At least, I mean, they're just going to cut me out of the documentary. They've already told me. They're not even going to put me in it because all my interviews, I'm just debunking the globe. There's a whole scene where I'm just flashbacking some dude that's there in Punta Arenas that's about to go to Antarctica for the marathon. So they're going to cut me out of the documentary. Okay, that's to your last question because I got to go in here. People got VIP. We're supposed to eat with them. Okay, but as to the last question, I'm not claiming to know the answer for the 24-hour sun. I'm not claiming that that's the actual sun. I don't think that we see the actual position of the sun. I never have. I've never claimed that model. I've told people not to claim that model this entire time. It's stupid to think that these people lied to us about the nature of the earth, but then at the same time, told us the truth about the nature of the earth, and here are all the continents. And no, what happened was the royal families mapped out the earth, then they gave a decree that no one could use any other longitude latitude system or any other map. If they were going to print a map, it had to follow that system. And so that's how they deceived the world. So to think that we found out the globe was a lie, but then the UN showed us what the truth is stupid. I never thought that was legit. I can explain it multiple ways, but I believe in the scriptures. I think there are layers to the containment. If you have layers of like some crystalline structure and you have fluid within those layers, if I take one light source and put it up towards the top of any of those layers, you can see freaking 50 different lights. So there's from that one light source. So there's no telling what causes it, right? Like even the Hanvey thing does show the possibility, although it's not perfect, that one light source can go in a circle and then over in the corner, a little one can go the other way.
Waters, Austin. The burden of proof.
Austin, but if that was the case, Austin, you had a perfect. Austin, 1 second. You had a perfect opportunity to discredit these people with a compass, because if these people are claiming that was a 24-hour sun where you guys were there, you could have taken a compass. That compass should go 316 in that direction, and it destroys them. Why didn't you do that to get that contra argument?
I had 4 different compasses. I recorded them all the way there. Like they all pointed south the whole time we went there. That's all I know. Is all
I
compasses,
thought
mechanical
compasses
compass,
didn't work
floating
well in the
compass.
south.
Well, yeah, take
Am
that
I
up with
wrong?
them. Take that up with
Yeah, I
them.
know.
Since when am I supposed to defend the globe? Look, this is the point, bro. It's a celestial observation doesn't falsify flat Earth, in my opinion, because I'm actually a truth seeker. I'm glad I know that the phenomena of what appears to be a sun doing a circle does exist when you fly over the ocean south for like 3 hours from Punta Arenas. You hit a big sheet of ice, seemingly like Antarctica. Don't know where else that would be. And then when you land, the
Maybe
freaking sun
Deception
doesn't go
Island?
down.
Deception
Wow.
Island. They love it.
Wow.
My whole world fell apart.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he
Can you just
lied.
think-
He lied there about why he was taken out of the documentary. So they've taken. They won't even have me in it because I'm just going around debunking the globe all the time. Well, he's already told us the reason he's not in it, and it's because he was insisting that he couldn't be used. I can't remember quite what it was. I think it was like there couldn't be a shot of him near where someone was saying they'd been converted or something like that. And so in the end, they just said, well, the easiest thing to do is just take him out of it completely. And so that's what they set out to do. So that's why he's not in it. It's not because he was going around debunking the globe all the time. Such a liar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking forward to the entire documentary without any of Whitsitt in it. It'd be funny.
Right, it will, won't it? And I think he's done himself a disservice there, because
Is it? I was getting death threats, doxing, pictures of my children, and he said half of it was coming from from flat earthers. What do you mean? It was all coming from flat.
Right.
No, every glober was going. All right, let's just see how this unfolds.
Right.
None of them were giving him shit when he came back.
Right, exactly. It was all from flat earthers.
And he's out there now. He's got the wind back in his sails. But for the last 6 months, for the 6 months before he came back, he was fucking crickets. He was nowhere.
Right.
When he came back, he crawled into Oakley's looking for help trying how to spin this or whatever. And while he was saying it, he said that he was going on Candace Owens and other shows were going to be lining up to talk to him.
Right.
He honestly thought he was coming home to be like 15 minutes of fame, and he
Right.
fucking flopped. Nothing happened.
Right. Nobody's interested in flat earthers now, are they?
Well, 1 minute you're doing press ups on the shorefront in Punta Arenas, the next minute you're being called a lady.
Yeah.
Isn't that the way the world works sometimes?
Yes, it is. Okay, and finally tonight, well, we're running a little bit early, aren't we? Well, probably we won't be. Finally tonight, a rare one indeed. David Weiss also paid a visit to Vickers' live stream, and he was not happy. Enjoy.
Also, you guys are fucking showing the picture of Duffy. Boy, Vicka, you're a fucking dick. You know the story behind that picture. That picture was when I was at the Greg Locke debate. Duffy comes up to me as a million other people. Hey, I'm a big fan. Duffy comes up to me and goes, I'm a big fan. Can I get a picture? And his buddy took a picture of me. He points at me. He smiles. I'm like, hey, do I know you? Do you have a channel? He goes, no, but you will soon. And he left. And I've never, ever spoken to him since then or before then. But you guys are saying, oh, we don't make assumptions. We don't do things unless we have evidence, right? You have no fucking evidence on anything you've claimed about me. Contract? What fucking contract? That would mean I have to be in contact with somebody that says I'm in charge, that you have to do this, Dave. Nobody has ever fucking told me what to do. Ever in this. I've done all of this myself. All the fucking interviews I get are all done myself. All the things. Now, other flat earthers say, hey, Dave, this is a good argument. That's a bad argument. I listen to stuff. I learn stuff. I change. I used to say that the circling sun in Antarctica would prove the Earth is a fucking globe. I was wrong about that. And then, you know what? I don't think, Austin and I disagree. I think they faked the fucking sun in Antarctica. You guys think they faked all of Antarctica, which is even fucking crazier than what I'm thinking, right? You guys are fucking making assumptions and just putting them out there like fucking facts. Shut the fuck up. I'm talking.
I just want to see calm down, Dave.
Relax,
Fuck you guys.
Dave. Relax.
Fuck you guys.
Relax.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. You guys suck. You guys are the fucking shit. You don't
relax,
wake up anybody.
Dave. Okay, Dave,
Fuck
you want to hear
Vicka.
it before
I'm
you
so
go?
fucking sick of your
Dave,
shit.
Chill,
Dave,
bro.
Fuck you.
Dave,
And fuck everyone else on this panel.
You want to
that
listen?
doesn't
You want to
speak up.
listen in Will Duffy's word? We didn't make this shit up.
Fuck you, Vicka.
We didn't
I
make
don't
this
work with
shit
Duffy.
up.
You've said in 100 shows that I'm working with Duffy, that I have contracts with Duffy, that I've been doing this forever. I have zero contact with Duffy. You've probably spoken to Duffy more than me.
Don't let your emotions get the best
All
of
right,
you,
so
brother.
you want to
My
hear
emotions are
it?
getting
You
the
want to
best of
hear
us
it?
because you guys suck.
Oh yeah, you want to hear it, Dave? Before
Yeah,
you
fucking
go,
let's hear it.
it.
Wait, Vicka, bring it. Bring me one fucking fact that you have about this. Go
Let,
ahead.
okay,
Bring me
can
a
you be
fact.
quiet for a minute
Yeah,
and
sure.
listen?
Go ahead.
Oh, so do you want me to read the Weiss file then? Do you want me to? Really?
Oh yeah. Show me one thing in the Weiss file that you have any evidence
No,
for.
if
I
you're gonna
watched
act
that
like
piece of
this,
shit
if you're
film.
gonna fucking act like this, you want me to really review the Weiss files?
Give me one fact in the Weiss files. It's like we say the Globers on Angels shows. Give me one proof of the Globe. Give me one proof in the Weiss files that you have any evidence that is true. Give me one. Give me one.
No
You
one.
love it.
If
You love it. You reviewed the whole
I
thing.
deep dive into this, if you're gonna act like this, Dave, I'm gonna
Hey,
fucking
listen,
deep
I'm
dive
not
in that.
acting. I'm not acting. This is fucking me, right? No one's ever told me what to do. No one's ever controlled me. I've never signed a fucking contract. Nothing. All the stuff you're making is all made up. Now give me one fact.
Oh yeah, Dave. We know all how the
I'm
fuck
waiting.
you were
I'll wait.
acting
I'm here.
all
I'm
during
waiting.
TFE,
Vicka,
Dave. You
I'm
want us
waiting.
to speak? You want us to get at that tone? You were
What do you wanna
acting
get?
stupid all during the TFE shit. Do you want to hear
Oh,
it?
I'm acting stupid because I debunk some stupid arguments. Oh, you guys for the last fucking 6 months have been mentioning my name in every fucking time and just making lies about me, unsupported
Well,
bullshit.
that kind of comes with the territory, brother. You know, you're
I
doing
get it.
fine.
Why are you getting so emotional, Dave?
Listen,
Dave,
I'll tell
why
you
are you
I'm
getting so
You don't-
emotional?
I'll tell you why I'm emotional. Because Vicka, I thought you were a fucking friend. I supported you. I promote your shit. I talk about. I've done more for Flat Earth than probably anybody at this point. And all I get is fucking other Flat Earthers going after me.
So,
fucking
all right.
McToon, shut up.
All right,
I'm talking.
for
Show the
sure.
evidence. Okay, Vicka, I'm disgusted with you, right? I'm really disgusted with you. You know, we were friends. You have my fucking number. We support. Like, if you got an issue, you can fucking call me and let's discuss it. But you never did that. You just went on and started trashing. It's absolute insanity. And now maybe there is an anomaly. You know, Steve Faulkner from Spacebusters points out like there could be a latitude where on a certain day of the year, a certain time of the year, there is a parabolic effect where you can see the sun circle around. Hey, can't rule it out. Don't know if it's true, right? It could be a combination of that and technology. And those are all theories, right? Those are all theories that are less crazy than a fucking Amazon studio. All right, guys. Listen, I love you all, but I got to go. All right.
It's great to see this stuff, isn't it? Isn't it? Great?
Oh, and I think the big tell he absolutely lost his shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
The timeshare holiday to pensioner front dropped for him.
Right.
Yeah? The bright teeth and the tan dropped, and he said, "You guys were saying that Antarctica was completely faked. I just said the sun was faked. You guys said is it even crazier than what I was saying."
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that little snippet should be kept and it should be played over and over again because that's someone who is literally telling you that this is all some fucking ridiculous. He thinks what he's saying is crazy. He just told you that.
Right.
That's the sort of person that's the sort of huckster who has a fucking web, who's scooping up morons with a mobile app that does nothing for them.
Right. Apart from leak their data.
Yeah, the guard was dropped there. He told you what he was saying was fucking crazy, and but the fact he was quantifying against other people's things is that what's going on in his mind all the time is he's working out what crazy batshit he can get away with to make the next buck.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I hadn't really thought of that.
What a piece of filth.
He really is, isn't he? He is pitiful.
Yeah.
You know, he's going on, all you do is just trash. How many thousands of times have you done that, David Wise? I mean, he literally calls that Dr. Shiva. I don't work with demons. And he said the same thing about Will Duffy. You know, give me one fact that any of these people are demons, David Wise. One fact.
It is funny though to see him lose his shit.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? But it's what's great to see is, and I think this is the problem I think that ISA has. I think that when you get this big community of people who are all believing nonsense, you know, when some of it gets seriously challenged, you know, everything starts to fall apart, and everybody's, you know, fighting each other then because they all believe lies. And they can all look at each other and say that thing that you're believing is a lie or is obviously not true. And you know, that's the beauty of it, isn't it? That they're all seeing the stupidity in each other's claims, desperate claims that they're having to make to cling on to the fantasy. Anyway, that's it. There is no more. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Thank you to my lovely YouTube audience. Thank you to everyone who super chatted the show. Don't forget, you can still hit me up with a lovely PayPal. The link is in the description, always. Thanks to everyone who's here on the panel. I couldn't do it without you. And we will be back in 2 weeks' time at the same time, which is 10 p.m. UK time, which is probably shifted for you, depending on where you live in the world. But listen out for the announcements. I always say how many hours away it is so you can figure it out where you are. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good evening. See you soon.